So hello everyone, this is AetherNightmare and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. Pardon the scuff at the beginning of stream if you were on Twitch. We have some technical difficulties, but it is time for more jobs, and I figure I can start out with my next tank job on the roster, which is Paladin. Never mind the inventory, I've been working on a few things in the background, and I might do more than just Paladin today, depending on how much time I have, since I got started on the gathering quests, and Heavensward is a little different. A little different and a little frustrating. So let's go to an exemplary example, and that will be in Thanalan. Also, sorry for the long absence. It's been a mixture of work very busy and body very sick again. I thought I was doing better, and then my body just decided, nah, fam. We're gonna make that stress hit for real. It's probably in the Chamber of Rule. Yeah, there it is. Alright. What you got, Genlins? We live in troubling times, Bren, as you well know. Yeah, in more ways than you realize. That is why it is more important than ever that the Sultan's Warren stand ready to serve as the sword and shield of the Sultanate. Yeah, I did such a great job last time. For a time, I feared that our order was doomed, but then you helped us to restore our good name. In name only, based off of what I went through. Your shining example inspired many young men and women to seek us out. Even as we speak, they train to hone their skills. So did nobody tell you about my, exile? Did this completely fly under your radar, Genlins? A few words of encouragement from the free Paladin themselves would do much to motivate them further. I should think anyways. Perhaps you would consider paying them a visit at Camp Blue Frog? Blue Fog, I think? Sorry, can't read. Here we go. Northern Thanalan. My gear should be decent since it shares a lot with the warrior gear. Don't really need to update much further than that. A pleasure to meet you. My name is Owen. At the moment, Phyllis and I are conducting drills with the new recruits at the East Watchtower. They'll be thrilled to see you, I'm sure. Can I? Thank you. Here. We're just training recruits. This feels very weird after everything that I've been through in Thanalan. Since we know you're a person of few words, I thought we might forgo the speech and instead ask you to favor us with a display of swordsmanship. We've laid out the bait for the basilisks already. In fact, you need only wait for them to come. Or I could travel slightly more north and find one right there. Or right here. There seem to be basilisks pretty much everywhere. Alright, haven't played this class in months. So, rotation might be a tad off. Now this one's more shield than a sword, but we'll do our best. Truly a rousing performance, thank you. It is one thing to talk about proper technique, but altogether different thing to see it firsthand. Just don't look at the eye when it glows. I think it is safe to say that the recruits will long remember this day, as will I. Thank you again for the demonstration. Pray convey my gratitude to Captain Genlins as well. Anything special with this one? some classes might be a tad more straightforward than others. I'm expecting some to be more full plot lines and others to just be pretty straightforward. Welcome, Bren. I gather the recruits took you lesson to heart? Would that I had some way to repay you, some knowledge or technique to bequeath you. I am humbled to admit there is nothing I can teach you. Then why am I here? All I can offer you is my heartfelt thanks. Pray go forth, my friend, and continue to defend the people of Ul'dah and Eorzea at large. Develop your own shampoo technique, cause I got none. Go train with the Knights of Carthus, maybe. Begging your pardons, Bren. Also, hi there, DJT. We are just getting started on the Paladin quests. We need to talk, but not here. At the dispatch yard outside the city. You know, buddy, where I'm from, asking someone to meet them in the yard is fighting words. Maybe rephrase. Okay, from here. Probably just pop out this Aetherite shard. Right here. If you're ever in America and you hear someone say, "Meet me in the yard," that means run away. They want to kick your butt in the parking lot. Thank you for coming. You must be wondering why I called you here. It concerns Sol Kazil, Genlin's predecessor. As you may recall, he continues to search for Oathkeeper, the sword stolen from us at the Montress Minions. From time to time, he sends me missives sharing to me his latest discoveries. His most recent one contained a startling claim. He wrote that he had found the sword, at long last. But that was some time ago. He has not contacted me since. I would not trouble Genlins with the news, not until I learned what has become of Sol Kazil at the very least. Will you help me find him? I knew I could count on you, Bren. For now, all I know is that his last missive came to me by way of Ishgard. Once I learn more, we can begin the search in earnest. Next Paladin quest will be available from Papa Shan upon reaching level 52! Which we already are. So we can just continue on straightforwardly. The Paladin who cried wolf. Whose face do I keep seeing? Ah, just the person I was hoping to see. Now I hope from where Sol Kazil sent his last missive to me, Falcon's Nest, a hamlet in Carthus, Western Highlands. It is there I would have you begin your search. Right, I am going to Carthus for this. Reclaiming Oathkeeper would do much to restore the honor of the Sultan Sworn. But we must not get ahead of ourselves. First, we must find our missing man. Second question, does it look like a giant white key? What is my... This one is... Okay, Cortana Animus. I just wanted to make sure the legendary weapon wasn't called Oathkeeper. Sol Kazil? Never heard of him. Was he one of the new craftsmen working at the 100 Eyes? Sorry, we see an awful lot of new faces around here. Most don't have an impression. Other than the heretics and bandits, that is. Okay, just around in general. A Rogadin Paladin? Well, I do recall a traveler who spent several days here, at least. Was he never actually a paladin? What is going on here? And to be fair, there's not a whole lot of Rogadin in Carthus, but still. There was a pitched battle the other night out on the wastes. Involved a rather large man and a party of his fellow heretics, to hear the scouts tell it. Naturally, we chose not to intervene. If they wish to kill each other, by all means. was trying to make a Kingdom Hearts joke, but it's hard to make any key puns. Yeah, keys don't really rhyme with much, do they? I heard you was asking after a Rogadin after a fashion might give a man cause to worry. Aye, I know, Soul Kazeel. New, I should say. Older fellow, spent some time chatting with the young blood. He came through, like the rest of us before him, looking for something we all do. Bandits ambushed him in the night, out in the wastes. Buried him with my own 2 hands the next day. Oh, the guy who gave us our paladin training died? Out near Camp's River's Meet. Constant look at it, especially hard, close as he was to him. Oh, my former paladin instructor may be dead. Well then. I was expecting the twist to be like, oh, he was never really a paladin. Instead, it's like, nope, he just died. Paladin way don't necessarily save you from dragons. Oh, you're a healer. At first I was gonna say, I guess I didn't really need to do the buff, but if you're gonna be some kind of way about it. Alone's blessing upon you. I say, that was rather frightful of experience. If you're a friend of Sokaziel's too, good. That is to say, my condolences. I knew there had to be others who would want to know. 'Twas the work of Death's Embrace, I'd wager. Those fiends you slew just now were sent by them as well. My kinsmen think them but another band of sellswords or heretics. If only they knew that they were truly capable of. I can only hope that they will heed my warnings this time, if you would excuse me. So I guess there's groups within the heretic groups? I would ask Ysayle, but she is also deceased. Bren, this is Papashan. Have you found Sokaziel? Yes and no. Gods almighty, slain by Death's Embrace? I heard some of those bastards were still skulking about, but I never thought they would try to... Wait, could it be that they're the ones who held Oathkeeper? And that they killed Sokaziel when he tried to take it back? Damn it all, we've still no answers. Though there is still the boy. Get after him and find out what he knows. Yeah, Oathkeeper is one of the nicer looking Keyblades. It's more serious looking compared to a lot of the Keyblades, which have more of a silly Disney vibe. Which I guess isn't a bad thing, so considering it's a silly Disney game, but... aesthetically is something that people might want to hang up on their walls. A pleasure to see you again. Was there something you wish to discuss? You know, your politeness mannerisms make me think that you might not be a commoner. Oh, so you're that free paladin Sokaziel told me about. It's an honor to meet you at last. That is, for the second time. My name is... Constant? Truly honored. Truly, truly honored. Sorry, I'm a bit out of sorts. It's just, I've been thinking about him a lot. About the day we first met, when he saved me. How his sword gleamed as he danced among the wolves. I begged him to teach me the ways of the paladin so I could save others like he had saved me. He must have turned me down a dozen times before he finally relented, probably because he caught me asking around about Oathkeeper. But I suppose he didn't think I was strong enough to help him reclaim the sword. Why else would he sneak off to challenge Death's Embrace while I was away? I should have been there. I should have been there. I've decided I'm going to take it back. Oathkeeper, I mean. He said I wasn't ready to wield this soul, but what choice do I have now that he's gone? He probably did believe behind his soul crystal now that I think about it. You want to find it too, don't you? Then help me, Bren, please. Although, to be fair, I think it has to choose you too. Unless you're a machinist, in which case I'm pretty sure it's just made out of resin. You will? Alone be praised. You won't regret this. Oh, if Sokazil could see us now. 2 paladins united in purpose. Well, I suppose if it's rather premature of me to claim the title, isn't it? Doesn't mean you can't wield a sword and a shield. 1 veteran paladin and 1 aspiring paladin, then. United in purpose. We shall recover Oathkeeper and bring Sokazil's murderers to justice. As soon as I uncover new information, that is. So, this class can eventually come with any skill upgrades? Big soul arrays to fill. I have tidings, Bren. Hidden amongst Sokazil's belongings was a journal, the final entry of which contains what appears to be a map of the Gorgane holding. He marked a spot near the river, though we did not write why. Yet considering how devoted he was to recovering Oathkeeper, surely it has some relation. I say we sally forth and investigate. We may encounter wild beasts or worse, of course, but we're all well equipped to face them. Well, that is to say, you are. Do you want some of my old stuff? It might be a tad tight since, you know, you're tall and I'm short, but... My dude, I have spares. Every time a character in this game is like, I doubt I'm well equipped for it, and I'm like, say no more. Maybe second-hand, but it can still take a beating or two. The fact as well that my character is supposed to be sort of a impromptu, on-the-fly relic weapon researcher just makes this even funnier. I don't know if I've encountered these behemoth-like ones before. Okay, that's a fate. I've still yet to pick up all the, locations and stuff, too. If Paladin ends up being a shorter quest, I might do a bunch of other side stuff. Where is it? Further. This way? Impressive, eh? It took some doing, but I managed to resize Sokazil's solar rays. They should afford me an excellent protection against, thigh-high threats. See? What did I just say? I have plenty more. I can resize it on the fly, too, buddy. Anyways, let's see where this map leads. Somewhere over yonder, perhaps? Sokazil marked it on the other side of the river. It's not even that big of a river, so... already pretty darn close. Frozen blood. A trail of frozen blood leads west. Sokazil's original blood? I don't know, with how windy it is, people don't realize just how much snow moves, even if it's already on the ground from the wind. A light catches your eye, and on closer inspection you find gallant coronet buried beneath the snow. Yeah, if you have blizzard-like winds, it's not uncommon for the snow that's already on the ground to very slowly roll across as if it had waves. Alright, was further to the... Oh, Bren, find anything? Which is why some part of the driveway that needs shoveling only has an inch or so of snow, and the other goes up past your knees. Sokazil's coronet, then he did come here. There was a trail of blood as well, you said? Let's follow it and see where it leads. Like sand in the desert, yep. That's part of why maneuvering in a blizzard can be so tricky. It's not just what's coming down, it's what's already on the ground. Shifting and moving around as well. What might have been a path 20 minutes ago no longer is. What is this, blood? Seems to lead towards the Dusk Vigil. Hope it's not Solkazil's blood. I think it's taking us westward. I mean, there's lots of dragons out here, too. Could have been people, could have been monsters. It seems I found people first. There are snow deserts if your crawl desert is an indication of moisture and temperature. Yep. The Arctic is a desert. Because deserts are based around precipitation. Not by whether or not it is hot or cold. Of course, Death's Embrace. They must have made camp here and Solkazil learned of it. Wait, what's that movement just now? To the west. We cannot let them escape. Which does officially make Antarctica the biggest desert. Well, on Earth anyway. Alright, let's do this. We heard you slayed our friend, for reasons unknown. End of the road. They don't seem to be carrying Oathkeeper. Well, if nothing else, we can at least bring them to justice for the countless other crimes and ensure that no harm comes to more innocents. To arms, Bren, for justice, for Solkazil. Seriously, kid, you look like you're wearing PJs compared to me. I can probably give you something that fits. You're lanky enough. I thought the coronet would help, but that speech still felt rather uninspired. It's fine, I came here for combat, not poetry. Let's... Get them attacked on me. Royalist dogs, my void scent will feast upon your souls. Royalist dogs? Void scent? I'll focus on the mage. Take care of that thing, will you? You say so. Probably wants me to take out the grimoire. Seems like it's down. Oh, you'll pay. Don't think you won't pay. For what? Whose debt am I paying for? Yeah, if you're gonna be this kind of way about it, you can at least tell me whose tab I'm picking up. There we go. Stick him with the pointy end. There it is. Do we win? I mean, by the Fury, we won! That villainous scum will prey on the weak no longer. Pity they didn't have Oathkeeper. Well, all in a day's work for a pair of paladins, eh? Back to Falcon's Nest for a well-earned rest. I feel like a lot of honest people either go missing at Falcon's Nest or get poisoned. It feels like there's a lot of backstabbery in this general region. Like this section of town, specifically. 1 out of 5 stars. Don't trust any restaurants. The wheel of justice is slow to turn, as we know all too well. Even Sir Emmerich, who they say cares deeply for the welfare of every Ishgardian, even he is bound by bureaucracy. It all comes back to the war in the end. If it's not heretics or dragons, well, you know how it is. And the Forelands, well, if you heard that far west without enough hired help, you've no one to blame but yourself for what happens. So when my mother's caravan was raided on the road in Tailfeather, I was resigned to never knowing who to blame. Until Solkazil told me all about Death's Embrace, and I realized they were the ones responsible for that and many other attacks. They chose their targets with care, preying on those who wouldn't be missed, saved by the equally powerless friend and family. But everyone deserves a champion. Even the least among us are worth saving. Oh, I don't know if the remaining members of the Death's Embrace have the Oathkeeper, but even if they don't, it's our duty as paladins to stop them. That's what Solkazil would say if he was here, right? Honestly, I don't really know his opinions on the blade. It delivers an attack with a potency of 700. Goring Blade can only be executed while under the effect of Goring Blade Ready. Huh? That's different. Grants Goring Blade Ready upon executing fight or flight. Guess I'll have to look what those are. Consistent courage resonates with the paladins of the past. You learn to stick up with the pointy end. I know I made that joke earlier, but... Is it like a whole new ability? What's this? Intervention. Reduces damage by 10%. Deals unaspect damage with a potency of 300. Divine Might 400? I don't know what those things are. Some of these are new to me. Please stand by. Then what the heck is Goring Potency? Shirk Reprisal, Arm's Length. That's probably if I'm being chased. Yeah, okay. Following action settings are enabled. Fight or flight turns into Goring Blade, but what is fight or... Oh, it's this! The following action settings are enabled. Oh, so maybe it changes automatically. I don't know. Unassignable. Yeah, I think it turns this potentially into that. Grant Goring Blade Ready, but do I need to put it into the settings? I don't think I do, since it didn't add anything automatically. Sorry, learning step by step. Consonant wishes to share with you a rather unusual development. Hey, Soul Crystal. Curious tidings, Bren. Not long ago I received word from an acquaintance of mine, Grimold, who claims to have his possession a missive written by Solkazil and addressed to me. He insisted that I come collect it from him in person in Tailfeather, and since we haven't had any leads in our search for Oathkeeper, I see no reason to deny him. Let us be off then. Ooh, that's all the way in Dravania, yeah. Away we go. It does auto, but you can turn it into a regular button if you want more buttons. I have too many buttons. I do so much on controller. I need as few buttons as possible. Bren, Grimold, Bren. Salutations. I appreciate you coming all this way, Constant. I know it might seem a little odd. Frankly, it's been strange from the start. Who sends a missive with provisions when we've got Moogles running about who could do it far faster? Not to mention the fact that the bandits have been raiding caravans to Tailfeather for weeks. If it weren't for them moving on, the latest shipment would likely have never arrived. Any road? Got something for you. From what I can tell, it was languished in someone's storeroom for a while. Better late than never, though, eh? It was your friend's wish that you come all this way. Read it for yourself, and you'll see. Which means you've technically read my mail. I left you a gift near the 100 Throws. Take it and become the man you were destined to be. Curious fellow, this Solkazeel. Any road, if I were you, I'd head north and find whatever it is before someone else does. Says a man who read my mail. My thanks, friend. I should do just that. Let's head towards the Throws and see what we can find, Bren. If that missive is any indication, whatever your friend left behind has been there for weeks. Wouldn't be surprised if a hunter stumbled across it by now. Yeah, totally not a potential admission of guilt or anything. Yeah, I read through this letter that was directed at you personally and just giving you a heads up. The thing that's there might not be there, but I totally don't have anything to do with it. Nope. That guy needs to learn to send by mail, Moogle. It should be around here somewhere. Look, man, I've been going through the same thing this whole week. Sometimes you just gotta pay for the more efficient postage. Is that a soul you found? By the Fury it is. And look, a pair of gallant quizzes. But why? The way he says soul instead of like soul crystal. Is that somebody's soul in a box? Why do I feel like I'm being led by the nose? First the journal, now this missive. It's almost like he knew he'd die. There's so much I want to ask. So much I should have asked when he was still alive. Posthumous treasure hunt. Whee! It is kind of someone's soul in the crystal. Soul in a box. We've put other people's souls in crystals, like entire active living souls with the Asians. But the fact that he would leave his soul crystal behind, if it is his, which it probably is, to be honest, I never really understood why you accepted me as your pupil. What made you change your mind? What did you see in me? And what would you have me do now that you're gone? So it's true then. Papa Shan could not conceal the truth from me forever. He told me of Solkazeel's claims in your search. I cannot believe it. I would not believe it. Yet now. I mean, to be fair, kudos to whoever took the time to be able to bury him out here. Do you have any idea how hard the ground is in these temperatures? It's like burying someone in solid rock. But yours doesn't glow. Oh, I didn't mean to steal it. I'm sorry. I don't know how to put it back. I'm as bewildered as sorry. His face, like, what? He's looking at me like, the hell did you do? What sorcery is this? Oh no, man. I seem to be a magnet for these things. Wait, is that you? I don't remember his face very well. Despite the fact that I made it one of my thumbnails. Well, more memory and instinct, which maybe some people might see as a soul. I mean, to be fair, if you ask somebody what a soul is, and to give you a definition, each person would probably give you a slightly different answer. He was watching you, boy. You and the soul you bear. Could he have been a minion of Death's Embrace, spying on Sol Kazil's pupil? Perhaps they hoped Sol Kazil's quest would end with his death, that none would attempt to reclaim Oathkeeper in his stead. They thought us broken when our brothers betrayed us, when they robbed us of the sword and delivered it unto their keeping. In my defense, it was like a year ago. But we did not give in to despair. Nor will we do so now. Oathkeeper will be ours again, I swear it. I must return to Ul'dah for now. The way of our souls resonated was unlike anything I had ever seen before. And I would know what it portends. Praise continue to look after the boy. What do you want from me? Yeah, it could have been him, but I can't tell. Creates a barrier around self and all party members near you that absorbs damage equivalent to 10% of your maximum HP. My max HP. Slightly more or less powerful shield, depending on the circumstances, I guess. The souls of the Paladins grant you favor. Divine Veil. More shields. All according to plan. Consent has decided on a new course of action. I'm beginning to think I've been going about this the wrong way, Bryn. I've been trying to determine the whereabouts of Oathkeeper by retracing Sol Kazil's steps, but honestly, how he came to pursue and die at the hands of Death's Embrace isn't nearly as important as the simple fact that he did. Yeah, this is going to be way quicker than Warrior, though to be fair, I intend to jump into some crafting stuff after this. Crafting and gathering, since it's a little different in Heavensward, and I really could use the new gear. Death's Embrace has the sword. It's the only logical conclusion, so if you find them, we'll find Oathkeeper. And even if I'm mistaken, we'd be doing the world a favor by bringing them to justice. I wouldn't presume to speak for Sol Kazil, but I'd like to think that he'd agree, don't you? Yes, well, I suppose if we're going to find him, we'd best start asking around. Though there's one thing which still troubles me. I think I need to speak with 100 Eyes. Yeah, some of these are not paced the same, like, at all. I know for some, like, Machinist is going to be a really long video. It's probably going to be at least 2 hours, based off of my footage, if not longer. And I know that's because I'm technically doing, like, 1 to 50 and then also 50 to 60 combined. But at the same time, like, it's just, in general, a long string of quests. Whatever it is, it can wait. Got work to do and no time to do it. Moment of your time, if it please. For you, Consonant, sure. It's about Sol Kazil. You never told me, but how exactly did he die? You want me to paint you a bloody picture? He was murdered. I found him and I buried him. That's all you need to know. It's just that the other day, I could have sworn that Forgive me, I don't know what I was thinking. Don't let me keep you from your labors. So maybe it was him. I was right, it did sort of look like him. I knew it was a Rokudan up there. Let us resume our hunt for the Death's Embrace. I couldn't actually tell if it was him or not. Because like I said, it's been a while since I've seen that face. Quick question then. What tribes have I got? You mean jobs? Or actual, like, beast tribes? Beast tribes, I could do some more Vath today. And I've unlocked the Vanu Vanu. I could do a bunch of side quest stuff after this. Since I know the botany stuff probably won't take too long as well either. Technically I started with minor. Death's Embrace, those bandits who used to raid caravans bound for Tailfeather? No one's seen neither hide nor hair of them recently. Why do you ask? Well, Dons, eh? Maybe they ran back to warmer climes. Never understood Southerns myself. Weird folk prone to inexplicable and irrational behavior, like those buffoons who attempted to seize the protector of all things. Apparently, they snuck aboard some of their airships ferrying supplies to Camp Cloudtop. Of course, the knights drove them off. Last I heard, they had fled into the wild screaming, "Thou's balls!" and "Swiving whore sons!" Are you thinking what I'm thinking, Bren? Yeah, it sounds more like Limpsons. Admittedly, we've no reason to believe these men are the one we seek, but we've been blessed with serendipity before. There's no harm in investigating, at least. Yeah, I hear those phrases in this game a lot, but it's usually people from the other side of the continents. Camp Cloudtop. That's gonna be all the way over here. I'm missing one? Moogles, maybe? Trying to think. Come on, brain. This fellow looks rather well informed. Let's see what he knows. The old Dons who tried to seize the Protector? Aye, I remember them. Baffling, really. Signed their own death warrants with their ill-conceived attack. You can be sure that House Haliantar won't allow them to leave these isles alive. Death's Embrace, eh? I suppose it's possible they're the bandits you seek. You're welcome to help us hunt them down if you'd like. The boy too, yes? He can join my unit. Given your reputation, I think you're better suited to the Vaughn. I won't let you down. We gather at the Rose House. Come, let us delay no further. I'll see you there. I still think the slang sounds more like Limsa. The Moogles are like the Ixalan that they're a craft-focused tribe. Oh no. Well, maybe that'll help me with some of the future gathering and stuff quests. I know eventually there should be some leaves around here that really helps with leveling some of these classes. Since it doesn't seem like there's as many materials in Heavensward, but the materials you do need tend to be occasionally rare AF, because I've been looking into some of the crafting for Heavensward, and it's like, oh, this needs a whole lot of timed crystals, or timed dark matter. Or the, I think it was iron something. Or titanium, maybe it was titanium. The titanium I need to get, it only appears every, like, 10-ish nodes or so. Glad to have you with us, Master Nightmare. Would that we could speak at length, but the old Dons are aware of our plans and have already fled to the east. Remember that these are desperate, dangerous men. Advance with caution and wait for reinforcements if necessary. With me. So perhaps the Moogles' quests will make leveling that just a smidge easier. Or at least give me more cause to do so. Since so far a lot of that stuff doesn't even sell on the market boards. Since I gathered some of it just for the leveling, and I'm like, I'll just sell what I don't need, and it's all selling for like 1 gil. Like, oh, never mind then. It's just clutter. But maybe the Moogles will appreciate it more. Be careful, Bren. He's bound to void sent to his will. We did what we could, but we simply haven't the strength. We have him trapped. Tis void sent or tis dragon? Or tis both? was amazing. Well fought, Master Nightmare. The leader was surely the toughest of the lot. Lady Lanyette will be pleased to learn of our success. I shall inform her at once. Kinda didn't really see them down here in the grass. Didn't mean to stand on you, dude. What have you got there? Gallant gauntlets. Arm gear common to the Sultan's Sworn Elite. Another piece of the set, maybe? Gallant gauntlets. Why would a member of Death's Embrace be carrying these? There's no way he could have possibly planned this. It's too elaborate. Nay, impossible. But what other explanation could there be? Sure feels like it. We should return to Falcon's Nest. Maybe as a test for one of us to be his successor? He seems to know more about these soul rocks than I do. Wait, oh, you're right here. Before we cornered the leader, we came across their camp. It was plain to see that they'd fallen on hard times, hence why they resorted to common banditry to survive. But isn't it strange when you think about it? I mean, if they had Oathkeeper, why not simply sell it? Surely someone would have been willing to pay for it. I mean, to be fair, how do you sell something like that without also simultaneously getting arrested? Or, you know, getting murdered so that they can have it? I don't trust buying things off Facebook Marketplace, and you want to sell the sword out in the open to another band of ruffians? I'm beginning to wonder if Solkazil succeeded in reclaiming the sword, or if Death's Embrace ever had it at all. And by the Fury, what to make of these pieces of armor? Maybe it's our next Paladin set? Just as I suspected, it fits perfectly. Whatever remnants of Death's Embrace there may be will still be hiding for some time. I should think at least. But should they dare to reveal themselves, we'll finish what we started, as Solkazil intended. The fact that it automatically perfectly fits you, as you said, is also suspicious, considering he is Rogadin and you are tiny. Clemency. Restores target's HP. Cure Potency 1000. Restores to self 50% of HP restored to target if target is a party member. What? Okay, so I can also potentially give it to somebody else. And it gives a little back to me, maybe. Although, to be fair, 1000 HP, not that much. The little sword of mine. Looks like he's suffered a tremendous shock. Terrible news, Bren. 100 Eyes has been gravely wounded. There are wolves, and he fought them off as best he could. By the time his sentries came to his aid, I went to see him earlier, but he turned me away and bid me fetch you. For the life of me, I cannot imagine why. I mean, it feels very much like a previous quest, just, you know, in reverse. Originally, it was me picking up these for myself, and now it's me helping get them for someone else. I'll do what I can to ease his suffering. How about take him inside? Wolves. Swiving wolves. Reckon I've earned it, so time to settle one last account. Go to Solkazil's grave. Dig it up. Take what you find and give it to the boy. Won't make up for what I did to my sworn brothers, but perhaps it'll go away towards redressing the balance. What did I just say about the ground being solid as a rock? You don't dig up anything this time of year. Of course, what we've done to the boy ain't hardly defensible, no matter what he says. Oh, maybe it was you, like, faking the whole night's journey to get him experience? Actually, I kind of want to see what you say. Please, he needs rest. Unless you planned it with him? I don't know. I can't tell if the guy's alive or dead, but I can tell that we've been being led on a goose chase. Paladin is the Swiss Army knife of classes. because it can do so many stuff. Healing, shielding, attacking. Good defense. Decent attack. Not as big as Warrior, but... that's kind of why I started as Warrior. I knew I could solo with it. Where in the world? Down. You know, when I said I'd been leveling up Minor, this isn't what I had in mind to be doing with it today. Several fulms beneath the cold, hard earth, you find not a coffin, but a small chest containing a gallant surcoat. What have you done? Grave empty. But how can this be? Why would Hundred Eyes lie to us? To send you on a quest. That bastard. I will have answers from him. From them both. Come, we're going back to Falcon's Nest. Jack of all, master of none, as they say. Yeah, the warrior class was more just to get me through MSQ solo, just because it did have really decent stats. In a way that lets you solo the game relatively easily. Has healing, has shielding, a decent attack. I feel like so long as I'm adequately leveled, I won't get knocked out, whereas when I play solo DPS or healer class on the field, it's a little dicier. You can do it, obviously. Rest in peace, brother. He's gone. We're too late. Whereas with a lot of the other classes, I've been knocked out a couple times. But they're much better in dungeons. Jinlins and I had grown worried that it has come to this. I'm sorry, there was nothing more to be done. Gods damn it all. We must have words, Constant. Let's go to Loosegate. Look for me there. Lancegate, excuse me. What was it all for? Maybe to do a last-ditch effort to get your stone to glow? I don't know. Ooh, that's like a ways away. To which part of the adjoining area does this take me? Nope, that takes me to town. Do I really gotta fly all the way out? Okay, Sea of Clouds. It looks like it comes up through here, right? Yeah, it does. It might be faster to go through the Oxandu. Some of these could really use more than one crystal. Just saying. While I'm here. This looks like it could potentially have... No? It looked like it would be a good spot for... thing. I am still looking for the lookout spots. Maybe I already grabbed that one. Maybe they're not in every spot either. Wait, there's one. They might not be directly on it then. Vista Record, Cloudwind. When the Rose Knights first came to the Sea of Clouds and treated with the Zundu, they asked the chieftain what he called this islet floating northwest of Zundu, to which he responded, "Small island beneath which the cloud winds of Kurthus ever blow." For the sake of brevity, the knights simply called it Cloudwind. Fair enough. Huh. This one feels like you could only get to it by flying. Here we are. My comrade wishes to explain himself. So are you the same dude? Why the lies, Solkazeel? Was this all just some game to you? I have my reasons, as you will soon learn. That's a rather odd way of apologizing, Solkazeel. I suggest you try again. I'm sorry for deceiving you, Consonant. Faking your death, constructing an elaborate scenario for me to find your armor? To be honest, I'm as astonished as I am offended. How could you have possibly orchestrated everything so perfectly? Doesn't matter how I did it. What matters is why I did it. Oathkeeper is but a sword, Consonant. True oaths are not forged in steel, they are sworn in the heart. Then, me who hunts relic weapons, what is my purpose? To merely reclaim the sword will not suffice. It must be worn by a worthy paladin. Only then will it and our order be restored to its former glory. He says the issue is you. I don't understand. Why not simply teach me the ways, as you said you would? A sultan may move a man. A master may instruct his pupil. But only when that pupil moves himself can he become a paladin. That said, I did not account for Bren's intervention. Yeah, you can't say legendary weapon in front of my face and not expect a response, my dude. Master Papashan, as we discussed. Very well. Okay, did he steal yours, though, or is it just shared? No, Stone, I dare say you've had your fill. Do not steal everybody's. The souls we paladins wield are embodiments of our will. In keeping to our oaths, they grow stronger, more dominant. In the presence of a particularly pure soul, others may be compelled to yield. When two souls cannot reconcile, when one cannot establish dominance, it can spell disaster. That seems awfully inconvenient. Oh, you have no idea. As the discordance between two souls grows, the aether builds and the souls grow more unstable. Aye, their souls looked as though they were fit to burst with aether. Wait, you don't mean to say their souls will be destroyed, do you? By the Fury, how do we stop it? You fight. Your souls demand it. You two cannot coexist as you are. One must rise above. But we don't take issue with each other. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Also, here's another option. It just throws the stone behind me. Fuck it. Bold of you to think I need the stone to do any of this. Machinist has taught me otherwise. We are paladins, defenders of the weak and needy. What madness is this that we must face each other in battle? But if there truly is no other way, I will not renounce my oaths. I'll become a paladin that I was destined to be, and if that means that we must fight, then so be it. At least it's not an eye from an evil dragon. I mean, if it's gonna cause the same amount of problems. Here, I have a solution. Just tosses it backwards into the lake. Well, I suppose we must take Solkazeel's word for it. I'm ready. The stone wants to be a little priss about it and make sure there's only one. Then I get to decide how there's only one. Come at me. He literally says there can only be one. Sorry, kiddo. Oh, this didn't take long. Am I truly so weak? Also interesting that he is wielding what looks to be the old relic weapons. Potentially the ones I was working on, so that's where those went. Gave them to him after all. No, Constant. Nothing could be further from the truth. You fought with honor and purpose. Do not be ashamed. Soul Kazeel. Impressive, truly impressive. Intrigue and deception that would put Lord Lodorito to shame. Tell them the truth, Soul Kazeel. The whole truth. Figured it out, have you? Do you still have the soul I left for you at the 100 throws? What? Oh, yes, here. This soul once belonged to the first captain of the Sultansworn, the first paladin who wielded Oathkeeper. Once it shone with resplendent light as it did the Oathkeeper, but now both have lost their luster. Is that it? I have the sword, and everything I have done that I have made you all do has been for the sole purpose of making it shine once more. Oh, of course, it's so simple. Wait, no it's not. It's needlessly complicated. And now I gotta go take a swim to get mine out of the lake. What of your soul? The one you gave to Bren when you first met? I yet have it, Soul Kazeel. Take it, and restore Oathkeeper's light within your own. Once a man has left the Sultansworn, he cannot return. My soul will no longer suffice. All I can do now is show another the way, and ask that they do the same for their brothers and sisters. But they do not yet stand above all others. Well, excuse me. I've been in this land for like a year, man. Not until they have bested me. Draw your sword, Bren, the time has come. You know, man, I have other ways of making a sword glow. Old ones, too. Show me the metal of your heart. So I have news, my dude. I can do the same feat without killing people. Or hurting them. Well, physically anyway. Emotionally, there might have been some blacksmith drama, but we don't talk about it. Alright, what is he attached to? These, I'm guessing. Well, at least he's happy about it. At long last, a paladin who can make it shine again. Homie, I still like my way better. There may be a lot of drama and drinking, particularly on one person's end. But nobody gets hurt. Well, except when the boys are fighting. But, again, that's more of an emotional thing. It's not a necessary step in the process, it was more of a coincidence, but still. Behold, Oathkeeper, bestowed upon the first captain of the Sultansworn, stolen under my watch by the minions of the Monetrists. For years I sought to reclaim it, to redeem myself for my failure. A paladin swears allegiance to the Sultanate. A paladin shall bear the sword and shield of the Sultanate. A paladin defends the people of the realm. 30 years I aspired to these ideals. 30 years I tried to live up to the example set by our founder, so revered that his very soul crystal would be set in Oathkeeper's pommel. For those legendary captains of Eld, the sword would shimmer with such brilliance that night would be as day. Yet for the 30 years I wore it, it shined for me but once. That was before it was taken from me, before I forswore my oaths so I could reclaim it. Friend, through all your trials and tribulations, you have remained true to yourself and to Eorzea. You continue to be an inspiration to us all. Come, take up Oathkeeper, raise it aloft, and let it shine forth as a beacon unto all. I mean, it might just be because of the whole relic thing, though. This just in, person who works on old gear knows how to wield old gear. Feels kind of bad for me taking it, though, considering that I'm just going to get a better one instantaneously anyway. You were always my first choice, Bren. Ouch. Do you have to say this with everyone present? Constant was incentive, motivation, though in the end he proved himself to be so much more. My guy, he is right there. You're a right bastard, you know that? Doing all this just to make a bloody sword shine. You tell him. I should throw this right back at your face. Praise Halone that I found a proper mentor in Bren. Well, I may not be the chosen one, but I'm still a free paladin. Honestly, I'm ready to give it to the kid just because of that attitude. Oh, but he doesn't make it glow, like I give a fuck. That is the path I have chosen for myself, and on it I will stay. He has the right mentality, maybe he'll glow someday, maybe it won't. Maybe he decides to turn into a wall mount. I don't know. At least the kid doesn't use people. Well said. It would not do for you to be so easily discouraged. Gentlins, I have a matter here which... Leave the matters here in your capable hands. Yep, super rare and special sword just to be thrown to the pile of other special swords. You've done it again, Bren. Oathkeeper may not shine for me as it did for you, but perhaps in time it will. See, that's the right attitude. But even should it not, I will not lose heart, for a paladin's virtue is not in the radiance of his blade, but the righteousness of his actions. Let's all just dogpile. But what we decide to do every day, we will be good men. Or not? Yes, please, side-eye. Please, thank you. So, Kazil, Oathkeeper is returned to the Sultansworn. Will you not return to us as well? As a friend and ally, perhaps, but not as a brother. Some bonds, once broken, cannot be mended. My brother in Halone, you're the one who broke them! I thank you, Bren, for all that you've done. How strange that we must turn to a free paladin rather than one of our own to show us the way. Homie, you dug this hole. Yeah, I suppose it's not the first time, is it? It would seem that some questions weren't meant to be answered, and we must simply deal with it. If you still mean to ask how I planned it all out, don't. You wouldn't believe me anyway. Try me. So that's it then. You're leaving? Ul'dah beckons, and besides, I have nothing left to teach you. Then I wish you well on your journey, and pray that you find happiness there. Hopefully in less manipulative ways. I'm coming back, you know. That's an awful lot of work to be done in Falcon's Nest. I did make a promise to 100 Eyes. Oh, then I shall see you when you return. Whom, by the way, is dead thanks to you? Are we not going to address that? "'Twas only a simple means to get the sword to glow." Your brother's dead! It's not a game anymore. Someone died. We should head back too, Bren. I only got someone killed for my own prestige. I don't know why it won't glow for me. It does not deem me pure of heart for some reason. Gee, man, wonder why. I only deceived Jews, deceived my pupils, deceived all my other comrades, betrayed my comrades, got the guy I considered my brother killed, led everyone on a wild goose chase. Am I a good person? Probably not. I'm still not quite sure it was all for, but it seems to have ended well enough. Also, he could prove his ego by getting a sword to glow, despite the fact that I could probably make him one for enough coin anyways. For a sword that may have never truly glowed, it might have been more of a myth. We could leave it as such, it's no big deal. I suppose you ought to get back for your grand adventures and me to my paladining, or whatever it is you call it. Right then, it's been a pleasure, Bren. It was all for his ego. Oh, but I warn you, the next time we cross blades, I mean to win. Fare thee well. Alright, get a whole bunch of stuff. Get a Creed Armor Coffin, which is gonna have the next gear level stuff. Wait, what? Requires a level 60, item level 210. Cannot be used in instanced areas such as dungeons, PvP areas, or raids? Am I gonna pop into a raid naked? What do you mean by that? Or do you mean I can't open it in that, but the stuff inside can be used? Royal Authority delivers a attack with the potency of 100, combo actions with Riot Blade. Grants Divine Might, allows Holy Spirit to be cast immediately with increased potency. As well as Rage of Halone Mastery, upgrades Rage of Halone to Royal Authority. Okay, so it's a skill upgrade. You have kept your oath and established dominance over your fellow paladins. I guess! Established dominance indeed. This concludes the Paladin quest for Final Fantasy XIV Heavensward. In order to undertake the next series of quests, you must first meet the following requirements. You must complete the main story quest, Edge of Fate. Lessons needed to be learned. Hot damn. It's just the coffer itself. Okay. Paladin, good grief. But, yeah, okay. Next is I wanted to look at a few things. So, let's do Breaking New Ground. Back to Thanalan. Because I want to get some better gear for this, because I am hurting. Leveling is painful. I think I'd be here. Right? Because these ones I'm probably gonna do in different sets instead of all at once in their own video. I thought I was gonna do it that way, and then it's like, oh, Heavensward gathering is, hard. Has an attractive proposition for you. There's even certain things I'm just trying to make, that I should have been able to make in A Realm Reborn, but I still don't have the stats for, and then it's like, oh, I'll just create the Heavensward gear, and it's like, oh, you don't have enough points to create the Heavensward gear, and you don't have enough skill to mine the things, to create the things for the Heavensward gear. So it's like, alright, we're starting the whole hell loop over again, so messy it may be, but we shall get it done. Well, Bren, as I live and breathe, I don't suppose you'd be interested in a commission, would you? The guild just received a request from Sellswords in Ishgard. I know how that sounds, but it's a company that's been charged with doing a mineral survey and needed an expert's eye. Their captain is an Ul'dan, too, one who's familiar with the guild's way of doing things. Now Ishgard's territory is untamed and dangerous, but it's worth it to go where no miner has gone before, and I urge you to accept. Lynette can supply proof that you're a genuine guild member if you do. I mean, I did the other ones in between MSQ and whatnot as well, so I guess the same is going to be true for Heavensward. I take it you're the one to explore the mineral wealth of Ishgard? Excellent. Well, the mercenaries who sent for you are employed by one of the high houses. These papers will serve as your proof of position. As you will technically be employed by House Fortom, I think the courteous thing to do is to go to their manor and speak with the knight. The best of luck to you! Oh, that's awkward. No, I want to back. No. Soul crystal. Freaking. Maps. Gotta love them. I've already done some gathering in Heavensward. It should be relatively simple. Yeah, it's the 50% success rate. 50 to 70% success rate that's getting to me. Where is the... There we go. Assuming they mean you? What brings an adventurer to our doorstep? An envelope stuffed with identification papers drawn up by the Miners Guild Administration, Ilberta. Of course, the expert from the Miners Guild. Welcome. You are one of very few outsiders with the honor of serving House Fortom. We've met, sir. Indeed, the Count has but recently seen fit to hire foreign sellswords for his experience and knowledge in other lands. You are to work with the Oaken Raiders, one such company under our banner. Their captain, Heimerk, can be found between jobs at the Forgotten Knight. No doubt he's enjoying the excellent ale. Okay, back down by the broom. The gathering isn't as much of an issue as it is the rarity of materials. And I just like to make the process smoother, which in turn makes everything else smoother. And since there's going to be multiple sets for gear that I get for free, I don't see as much of a purpose to level myself all the way up to 60 and then get it all in one go. You're the one who came to help us with the mineral survey? Pleasure to have you, friend. I'm Heimerk, captain of Oaken Raiders. You like working with us. Me and the lads, we take pride in whatever we're doing. Wars are lost for want of resources as often as for want of valor. We can't all be dragon slayers. That attitude won us the Count's trust. So when the job comes from the House Fortom, I'm the one who decides how they get done. Which is to say, my word's the only one that matters. Are you willing to take orders from me? Ah, good. Of course, I'll keep you clear of monsters and the like. Not necessary. But Trouble's got a nasty habit of finding us raiders. The time might come when you've got to swing that pickaxe in self-defense. I mean, technically, but it don't do much damage. Even though, theoretically, it should. There's all manner of wild beasts out there. Leave them to the captain and me. You just worry about not pissing your own britches. Excuse him, Bran. He's just young and very stupid. Very, very stupid. He's so new to this life that he's almost got eggshells stuck to his little head, so we call him Hatchlin. Captain, you got fun nicknames for all of us. Tradition, he calls it. So what's yours to be? You're a professor or something, right? So, what about Professor? Bloody simple, isn't it? But that'll make for easy remembering, all right? Professor it is. And that wraps up your initiation. We've nothing to do for the time being. A job will come from House for Tom soon enough, though, so make yourself ready when it does. Okay, get some fire crystals for free. Earth crystals, commercial survival manual. This comprehensive manual, written by a disgruntled former employee of Rowena's House of Splendors. Why does everything lead back to you? Provides a detailed explanation of inhuman techniques forced upon consortium-hired disciples of the land to increase their output. It is known to inspire and frighten all who read it, granting a temporary 150% boost to experience points earned from gathering activities, up to a maximum of 1,075,000. Effect is halved at level 70 above. Oh, so it's like an experience boost. The next minor quest will be available from Heimwick upon reaching level 53. Requirements for undertaking subquests can be reviewed in your journal. Your skills as a forager would be put to great use in gathering collectibles. Speak with Morgaine at St. Runette's Forum in Ishkar to learn more of the lucrative business opportunity. Well, if I can't sell them. Sell spade. Yeah, there's some gear. That might be better. But do I maybe only get to pick one? Or do I get them all? Options, it says. Oh no. Professor, we got a joust from House for Tom. Are you ready for your first time out with the Raiders? Good, good. We're gonna survey the Western Highlands and see if we can't find any veins of mithrite. I'll need you to dig samples from the area and see if there's enough ore to mine proper. We'll meet at the south end of the Black Iron Bridge. Me and the lads go on ahead and clear out some of the monsters before you got there, so don't keep us waiting too long. On today's episode of Digging in the Ice... Okay, what are you? Inscrutable tastes. That might be the thing you mentioned. It's over by the manufactory. The leaves! Wait, here's some. The Lord Commander seeks those willing and able to pledge their blades in service to alone. They need not be of Ishgard, only of sound body and mind. Oh, so you do have some of these. They're from here. I thought there was going to be a quest for this. Collectible action? It's curious whether a talented individual like yourself is familiar with the latest fad. Why, if it isn't Master Nightmare, chosen a specialty yet? Oh, right. I have to pick one. Leaving that aside for a moment, I don't suppose you've heard of this new collectibles fad, have you? No? Oh, we've been doing something about that then. Take this letter to Lyrtalona and Revenant's Toll. She'll take care of the rest. That's right, it wanted me to pick like a specialty, and I can't. I can't do it! Okay, that's for Mordona. Black Iron Bridge is out this way. Goldsmith is good. I don't know. I'd have to really think about it. Anyway, let us go. I know, I figured this mount kind of fit the theme of not blacksmith, forager. Or miner. Since the kobolds are also little diggers. Assuming that's them. Dude literally named Muscles. You're the one called Professor? You're apparently the one called Muscles. It's your first time out, Professor. Don't muck it up. Glad you joined us, Professor. Lads, stop your gobs. Hatchel and keep watch. I don't want anything taking us unawares. Muscles, scout out what routes could be used for taking the haul back to Ishgard. I want the pros and cons of each, too. All of you, keep up your guard. And don't get cocky. This goes double for you, Hatchlin. Professor, start digging for mithrite down by the Gorgane Holden. Come back here when you've pulled a few bits of the ore out of the ground. 10 chunks of proof mithrite in the outcroppings, and that'll be enough for House for Tom to develop the area. Now, Raiders, to your duties. Alright, I dig, apparently, and you defend me. This way. I noticed they're pretty far apart, too. There's less diversity, but they're scattered. Potentially down? I don't know where it wishes for me to find the goods. Oh, here it is. Alright, yellow copper ore, ice crystal, dragon obsidian. It's gonna be one of those rare ones, isn't it? Oof. Let's... Oh, the fact that it even has the stars. 50, both are 19%. Ugh. Rare materials, here we go. Okay, this one still keeps the 3 stars to it. Okay, this might take a hot second. Just because it might be a rare spawn. Semi-rare. At the very least. Map? RIP inventory. I guess it shows up when it shows up. How far away could it be? Who knows? Seriously? These ones are at least easier to get. Some of the ones in other areas are still out of range for me. My current gear sets. I can get them, but oof. Alchemist, Goldsmith, and Armor all give extra stuff if that helps narrow the choice. Okay. It's just that I kind of have to pick what I want most, you know? Like, what gives me the most benefit and also matches my character? Doggone it. Sorry for this taking a while. I don't determine the drops. Drops drop when they drop. Really now? You'd think it'd be here. Traffic train, light kidney ore, Maker's Quarter. Maybe I'm in like the wrong zone. Sometimes it can be like this. Agate. Titanium ore hidden. Mithrite ore. Yeah, it says it's hidden. Gorgain Holding. Which is... I would assume it would have been here, but... What else is in Gorgain Holding? Kurthus Western Highlands, isn't that where I am? Yeah? Whereas these are more... Turbanian Forelands. What else was I getting? I was getting Pyrite, was it? Chocolate. Am I farming the wrong thing? I'm at River's Meat. This is also River's Meat. I need to be at the Gorgain Holding, so I am in the wrong spot. Get 3 free swaps a week. What? Ephemeral gathering points. In addition to regular gathering points, there also exist nodes known as ephemeral gathering points. Even though these points may appear in your gathering log, depending on the time of day, they may remain hidden on the field. Oh no, it's potentially one of those. Mithrite ore. Final Fantasy XIV online. Level 55, Kurthus. Mining level 53. Used for making mithrite ingots. It doesn't say a time of day, but 3112. Can try that. $31. Let's go 12. See what this is. Is this something? I might have just been in the wrong zone entirely. It says it would be from a level 55 mineral deposit. I can check it. Nope. I'll still mine it. For the specialists, it's not permanent. You only have 3 at a time, and you can swap those 3 times a week. Oh, weird. I feel like I need to learn more about it still. Where the hell am I on the map? Oh, I'm going the wrong way. I need to be at 12, so I need to go higher. Wee. Much higher. $13, $13, $12. Okay. And now 30-ish. Gonna follow this one. Wherever this marker takes me. They made it seem like it'd be the closest one. These are 55 spots. Here we go. These aren't what I'm looking for, but they should be the right zone, since it's technically gonna be hidden. Why did you launch the quest next to the wrong nodes? Also, my poor inventory. Honestly, just gonna chuck these. I don't need them. They don't sell for beans yet anyway. Should probably save that, actually. And you can never have enough crystals. Oh, here's the dudes. Keep an eye out for fallen rocks. You think you have enough crystals, and then you really, really don't have enough crystals. So I was right that I was going to be hidden, but I was still digging in the wrong spot. I'm happy to see I'm putting my back into mining. Hey, Nehru. We just finished up the Paladin story quests, and now I'm doing a little bit of mining. There's some mithrite ore. So let's get this. Let's get that. And let's see if we can mine a whole bunch at once. Really? I failed an 84% dig. Why? Why doth the game make it painful? So now we are essentially mining our business. I'm trying to get a rare drop. In the meantime, just go for ice crystals, because I don't need the other stuff yet. I can always use the console games wiki to see how many I need later on. Mine the exact number when I need them. And they do all my stuff at once. Here we go, there's some. One short. I'm one short because it failed once. Really? Okay, there's one. There. Gotcha. But this is going to be the new main stuff that a lot of Heavensward gear is apparently made out of, since it turns into mithril ingots, high mithril ingots, and dwarven mithril ingots. According to the wiki. Alright. That's gonna be Revenant's Toll. This is going to be back south. %, either very lucky or unlucky. In my case, it seemed to be leaning more towards the unlucky. I'm almost done with Heavensward MSQ. I have finished the first half of it, so I've gotten the first credits to roll. That's typically when I do jobs and stuff, and then I do the second half of MSQ. The update story patches, if you will. Oh, watch your back, Professor. None of us get paid if you fail, so I promised the captain we'd keep you safe. Have you found 10 bits of mithrite? Can't go home till you do. Now give me better gear. I'd say it was well worth the trouble of hiring a proper miner from Ul'dah. Captain, we got wounded. Muscles, get him to Falcon's Nest. Camp Rivers meets closest, but that's more trouble than it's worth. Surveying sounds like a safe enough task when you've got an army. But we don't have an army. 'Tis a miracle we didn't lose any men this time around. Ah, but it's a sellsword lot, isn't it? See, knights are brave, honorable people, all competing to see who's bravest and most honorable. They'll throw themselves into dragon's fire to win honor in the eyes of high houses. But not one of them will jump for this kind of work, so they'll find someone that's willing to do it and pass it off onto them. Sometimes that's their own men, and sometimes it ain't. Captain, are you saying one of ours could have been killed because the nobles think themselves too bloody good for the work? Exactly that, yeah. Aye, that's the long and short of it. But Hatchlin, I'm the one who offered up the raider services. The work's dangerous, but we favor doing it. And House for Tom, they're fair-minded folk. They will give us better with the other when the time comes. But to get to it, we've got to be able to put our swords forward. No matter what, that's how you become successful as a sellsword. Shite business, if you ask me. If you can get out, by all means get out. None of my lads came to this life willingly. Some drifted into it, others came tumbling down to it. There's one as took to crime as lost his home. Another lost a lover and needed a new home. There's only one breed of strays that don't take them that want a place to die. They're bad for business and bad for the company. So tell me, Hatchlin, why are you here? I came because I want glory and a name. I want to win myself one of them. Wrong sudden place for you then, but I'll keep you. You're not half bad with the blade. Well, let's get back to Ishgard. I'd kill for a hot bowl of soup after this cold. You think I'm gonna love the story patches? They're great. Well, I shall probably start them after I get more adjusted with my current jobs. Like I said, I'm gonna do all of those and then I'll jump back into doing MSQ stuff in between Beast Tribe stuff. First half is always pretty straightforward, and then I find second half is just like a mishmash of doing all the things. All the patch things. Where am I going? Probably the broom. So first half of these playthroughs tends to be pretty consistent, and then the second half tends to be messy. There was a lot. There was in Heavensward too. I mean, not Heavensward. A Realm Reborn. There was a lot in A Realm Reborn too. Seems our wounded lad will make a full recovery, Professor. Fast enough to join us the next time out, even. Really, I'm blessed to have this lot. Hell's even Hatchlin's a better sword than I was at his age. Any road, keep honing your instincts, eh? Our next job's like to be harder and dirtier than this one, and you'll want to be sharp for it. Okay, we get a new hammer. And how about these? 1429. 1428. I'll go with what's best and just rotate as we get them. In breaking new ground as a miner, you've learned the Stone Whisperer 5. And leveled up. While the Whisperer traits, Stone Whisperer for Miner, Tree Whisperer for Botanists, grant you the ability to recognize a gathering node's hidden characteristics, there are some characteristics that require the acquisition of further traits to uncover. Even then, the characteristics will not always be visible, so when they are, do not miss out on a chance to exploit them. In this case, then maybe it tells us what's going to be there before we dig. Okay, better hammer. Supposedly. Yes. 54. 94. Versus, holy moly. Yeah, 9158. A little better, you think? Let's just discard this then. It's old, we don't need it. However, since this is full, is anything using this anymore? I don't think it is. I think I was probably gonna dye it. That means I get to make a trade with something else. I can put this here for now. I don't even know if I use that piece anymore since the other one fits just as well. We already have a map deciphered, so I can't open that yet. And we can put on the Wyvern's Top. make foraging just a little easier. The same vein. See what I mean? You instantly get, like, a ton of new stuff. Though this one I'll clearly go for, like, the pants. Has a job for you and you alone. Professor, I was just looking for you. Tell me, where do you find quality titanium? Maybe I should start at the beginning. Hause for Tomp is to take the van in a new offensive against the Devonians along the Temple Knights. 'Tis a risky gambit, and they'll need the very best gear to succeed. Blades that won't blunt against the dragon's scale and armor that'll withstand Devonian claws. Normal metal just won't cut it. What takes me back to titanium? The smithies tell me it's the only metal that'll serve, and they need a proper reserve to armor all the knights. So do you happen to know where we might find a goodly vein of ore? Your expression tells me you don't. Technically, I think I do for this one, since I've been mining titanium ore. Take that to your guildmaster and see if she can tell you anything. But I already have a... Okay. Pretty sure I already got, like, a ton. Just kind of sitting here, but maybe not. Yeah! 111. Do you want it? That's at Mordona. I can check that real quick. Side quests, go burr! Everywhere. Okay, you're probably the specialist. Greetings, how may I assist you this eve? Knowledge of collectibles. Very well, it'll be my pleasure to enlighten you. You're doubtless aware there are worthy individuals who convert certain items, but who would rather pay others to procure them. Rowena's House of Splendors is glad to receive the custom such individuals. To supply these collectibles, we turn to men and women such as you who possess the talents to craft and procure them. Compensation will be commensurate to the collectability of items provided and paid in scrips, which can be exchanged for all manner of fine wares. You may sell these items to the house at any of our branch offices, including those in Limsa, Gridania, and Ul'dah. Please be advised that these terms are not negotiable. We appreciate your understanding. Okay, collectible action. Stuff that sells for a good amount, maybe? The main reason to do specialist is for scripts. You can now craft and gather collectibles. Learn Scour. And Brazen Prospector. Collectibles can be, oh dear, Meticulous Prospector. Scrutiny. All the things. Collectibles can be traded for crafter and gatherer scripts by speaking with appraisers employed by Rowena's House of Splendors. These scripts can be exchanged for items usable by disciples of Landerhand. To learn more about the collectibles, speak with her here. You have contained a collectible! Okay, so it's this little icon. The higher an item's collectability, the more attractive it is to certain NPCs who are seeking to purchase or trade for the item. Collectibles cannot be stacked or sold to regular merchants, nor can they be consumed as material for the synthesis. Furthermore, there exist certain wares that can only be crafted as collectibles. This can be confirmed in both its description and crafting log. Alrighty then! While I'm here really quick. Might be a good idea to see if I can drop some stuff off at the bell. Can I? Please? And do I have any duplicates? Nope. Inventory getting painful. Okay. I can put some of the stuff back. That still made me a few slots. I'm getting through with some of the crafting. I finished some of the Realm Reborn crafting for the classes, aside from a few furniture and specialties here and there. It's just I wasn't expecting Heavensward to suddenly be like super duper gung-ho on rare materials for everything. Scripts are like tomes for crafter and gatherers. Oh, for like the rare crafting? The ones that I get the rare crafting for, and then the game is like, haha, you don't have the equipment to be able to craft this, and you're like, I have the best equipment in a Realm Reborn, what do you mean? Bren, gods, it feels like an age since we last spoke. I was gone like half an hour. Tell me, how are you enjoying prospecting up north? You must have a tale or two. Indeed. More titanium is this? Oh, why does no one ever just come to visit with me? All work and no play for the guildmaster. Let me take a look, Adelberta. There's something about this here sample. Work, work, work. Is that all you can think of? God, it's the two of you. Fine, take it. Ren, you're in need of a location to mine more of these, yes? No, I have plenty. The thing is, I've seen the same ore before. 'Twas back when I was a little more than a cub. Someone brought it to Father for appraisal, a hunter who found it while working at the Dervanian Fordlands. Father said he'd never seen a like it before, but he recognized it as titanium. I tell you, this sample is the spitting image of that one. I'm glad you were looking so closely, White Gully. I remember now. Deep Canyon did tell me of that ore. He said it was extremely pure, and if the hunter found it in the Dervanian Fordlands, the reserve may well be there. That said, titanium is rare, and the hunter may have just found it by chance. But go and see what you can dig up. If you do find a vein, maybe that'll help us settle my debt to you. Right, I totally forgot about that. Okay, Kurthus. Return the titanium sample. Had to take it to people for them to go, yep, that's titanium. I know where to get it, though. I have plenty. It's just that I need better gear to dig it up consistently. Okay, where are you? Professor, have you found out anything? The Dervanian Fordlands, eh? The deposit's likely to be in the Chocobo Forest. Yes, that's where I got it. Hunters don't leave the area for fear of dragons. Of course, 2 chunks of titanium don't mean a proper load, but it's a good lead, and I'm willing to bet on it. Sir, I have 111. Time to summon the lads. We'll see you in the Chocobo Forest, Professor. Just hear beeping as it gets dragged in. Anyway, out here we go. Yes. Who's waiting for you, Professor? Well, excuse me. Good, that's a lot of us raiders. The lads have all got their orders, so let's get to it. Captain, I don't understand. Why ain't you having the raiders, what know the lay of the land, guard our flank? Why? Why? That's a good question, actually. Muscles, you take the perimeter. Alright, Professor. You know the drill. If you can find 10 samples of titanium hereabouts, that'll be proof enough of a good load of ore near these trees. Hatchlin, hang back with me. I'll need you a runner if I need to change my orders. Now, lads, move out. You can buy better gear, but also recipes, materials, bait, and materia. I'm doing my best to help the captain. He'll have a much worse nickname for me if I muck it up, believe you me. Have you found the 10 chunks of ore? Can you find them? So my task was to dig up the ore and then dig up even more ore? Well, here you go. I've already got it. Ah, you've rightly earned your pay today, Professor. This ore proves there's a load of titanium here worth mining. And the lads have come through with a little more scratch on them. I'll have my head held high when I tell the Count. Slow down, Captain. Muscles ain't come back yet. He said he was going to clear the road home and went off on his lonesome. I've given Muscles leave to do as he sees fit. The man's never been beat by monsters or man, and the service record is spotless. He can handle himself just fine. Why do you need to keep me on a bloody leash then? I've never been beaten by monsters neither. Aye, and if that holds true for 10 name days, I'll think on it. But if I let you off the leash now, you're likely to be killed. You're just too young, Hatchlin. Says you, Captain. can kind of tell I did my leveling here. The monsters are no more. They will not come again for a time. That's a good man, Muscles. Now let's get back to Ishgard. Is that what he was really doing? Or was he maybe letting somebody else know that they found titanium ore veins here? Sometimes a resource is only as good as the secret kept for where it is mined. Alright, broom. We gather and craft are a separate currency. Well, I know they use separate gears. It's just in order to help leveling with one, I need to level the other first. Gotta give myself stuff to work with. House for Tomp was right pleased with what we did today, and that thanks is owed to you. My raiders are running like a proper army these days. Everyone understands their place and does their duty. Even Hatchlin, the lad's got a bright future, if I can buff the edges off of him. The young, huh? Bunch of cocky arses. I've seen more than a few lose their lives over stupid quarrels of honor. Eh, not worth worrying over the dead, is it? Any rip, Professor, there'll be new work coming. Till then, just keep on mining. Keep on minding your business. Picking new grounds as a miner, you've learned luck of the mountaineer. And let's go to armor. So I'm pretty sure pants is full too. Man, would you look at that? Interesting new pickaxe. Luckily there's no resection on gather collectibles. What do you mean? Okay, materia. We got new marching orders, Professor. This time we're to explore some uncharted land and see if there's anything of mineral value beneath it. Problem is, the land in the Dravanian hinterlands just beyond the Horde. They're not overly fond of us, in case you forgot. Now you may be wondering how we land this job. Some don't take kindly to House for Tom's success. Our success. These people are demanding ridiculous things now, and the Count has called us to deliver. But it's not all bleak news. Word is there's a little settlement of venturers springing up in the hinterlands. The lads and I will go on ahead and see if they've set up camp there. We'll meet in the Maker's Quarter. Ought to be safe enough there. Just come when you're ready. That one night talked to going by airship, but I told him none of us need the coddlin'. But be careful of the dragons all the same. Oh, restriction on gather. Okay. Digging deeper. That is... oh my god, it's all the way out here. Why? I feel like maybe this is faster. I feel like they need one in here. Teleport crystal. Take door. Door. When it's nighttime, it's hard to see because this big mountain rock is right there. My brain keeps thinking it's a wall. Every time I spawn here. Alright, so I haven't done any digging in this area. But at least now I have better gear sets for both. Could potentially even... yeah! Equip for both. Make it easy. Okay, down. Obviously some I'll have to level up in my own time. Dravanian hinterlands, lots of stuff out here. There's a ton of questing that I just sort of left to get to another day. What the hells are the nobles thinking, sending us to danger like this? There's only so many of us raiders. Yeah, we are pretty far from home. Ah, well met. Heinrich particularly sang your praises all the way here. Professor, I'm right glad to see you made it safe. Now to work. The Holy Sea's got no idea what's here. Could be dirt, or it could be gold. So we gotta find out what minerals are beneath the ground. My friend here is a proper naturalist. We've got a professor already, so I've taken to calling him Rocky. 2 academics. We're moving up in the world, lads. Now, Rock, you'll need something to examine. Digging it up's your job, Professor. Get a few samples, 3 should do it, and bring them back here to me. Godspeed. Investigate the mining points. 0 of 3. My life's work has been the study of minerals. Why, you might even say I mine them for secrets. Haha. Forgive me, I'm a bit nervous. This is my first time out in the field. Okay, so I wonder if there may be rare points. Investigate the mining points. Didn't really say dig at them, it just said investigate them. You sent stuff. Hard silver ore. Dated Rozathan coin. Wyvern obsidian. Hang on. Let me look at my Luck of the Mountains. Mountaineer's Gift. Etheric Reduction. Truth of Mountains. Does this consider examining them? Don't know. Maybe go for this? Does this count as investigating? No. There's a point here. Examine them. But what does he mean? Sharp vision. Increases. Collect. Scour. Brazen Prospector. Scrutiny. Improves item collectability to increase. So are there supposed to be 2 of these? Yeah. Don't quite understand. Investigate the mining points. But I don't. Since the area is largely unexplored by Guardians, at any rate, the captain asks you to find 3 mining points and see if you can dig up any samples. Maybe he means the coins? Make your way to the Dravanian hinterlands and rendezvous with Heinrich. Maybe he doesn't mean here. Oops. You found... Arrived to find that Heinrich has hired a white-haired naturalist to aid in your survey. Since the area is largely unexplored by its guardians, at any rate the captain asks that you find 3 mining points and see if you can dig up any samples. If you have found 3 samples of some metal unknown to you, deliver them to Heinrich. Some metal unknown. Cooperite, light kidney ore, Eventide jade, wind crystal, dated Rozathan coin, raw chrysolite, worm obsidian. I'm not sure what he's asking me to do here. Yeah, I can tell that they're collectible, I just don't know if they count as the mining points he's asking me to search for. Oops. Yeah. Gathering collectibles. You've begun gathering a collectible, a special type of item highly sought after by certain NPCs. Select the question mark at the bottom of the collectibles window to learn more. The higher the item's collectability, the more attractive it is to certain NPCs. These items must meet certain collectability threshold before they'll be accepted. Collectability? So maybe some of this increases it? Secondary action improves collectability. Something like that. Before I actually attempt to gather it, maybe? I probably only get like one shot or something. Brazen and meticulous actions are enhanced. I have no idea what I'm doing, sorry. Collected standards active. Effectiveness of brazen and meticulous actions is increased. Intuition rate 13. Estimate calculations, I guess? Maybe you only get like one chance to get it, but it's at 94, so... Obtained a Broadsaton coin. Dated and added to the gathering log. But it still didn't give me the thing I was trying to do. Horn glue, animal glue, anything in here I really don't need. That's what I'm trying to make, except I needed better things to make it. And now I have an inventory full of crap. I think there is a quest point. I don't know if there is. Oh, maybe. I'm an idiot. Thank you. You obtain a chunk of unidentifiable ore from the mining point. Well, at least it's a key item. Okay. Probably just check out the big circle then. Unidentifiable metal. Not always the best feeling. Considering how dangerous metals can be. Top, maybe? Nope, no. There's one. I'm so used to them being, go here and dig up the thing. I kind of figured it was just one of many spots along my map. Have you found something? The collectibles thing works like a crafting if that helps you fill up the bar in order to get a better item. Yeah, I still need to learn more about how it works. That's my professor. Now, Rocky, earn your keep. What are these samples? Dear me, these all contain hard silver. It's a metal worth twice its weight in gold. Why, if you but dig a little deeper, you might well find a mountain of the stuff. Ah, it's music to my ears. Professor, let's see if we can prove that there is a mountain near our feet. You know what to do. Find me 10 chunks of ore. Well, at least I already found a few. I got 4. I got 4 ore. Now I just need to get more. Without potentially pissing off Alexander. Okay, here's some. Damn it. 10. Also, Hatchling is here. Job's bound to be dangerous, Professor. Watch your back, eh? I'm not worried about you. I feel like there might be a traitor amongst us. Maybe I'm just overthinking it. I've returned. I have ore. If there's no hard silver to be had, that's fine, Professor. Just don't dally. A Dravanian patrol might swing through any moment. I don't know. People seem to be flourishing here. I don't think they come this way. They head more south than they do north. You're a wonder, Professor. Well, raiders, pack up and get the hells out of here. Captain, we were attacked by mechanical men, and Hatchling gave chase. What? He didn't go by himself, did he? He did. That stupid, stupid boy. If he comes back alive, I'll beat him bloody. You were saying? Sorry for keeping you waiting, Captain. We don't need to fear them monsters no more, though it weren't easy putting them down. You arrogant little arse, I told you not to run off on your own. Didn't that penetrate your thick skull? And then what choice did I have, Captain? We were making for the camp. 'Twas us or them. Then why not warn us? Was your link probe broke? Don't tell me you didn't have the time. But Captain, fine, I'm sorry. No bloody good deed goes unpunished in this Wyvern company. Well done here. Get yourself home to Ishgard, Professor. I'll see you there. Think you can see Alexander? You probably can. I mean, I've yet to fully fill this place out, but I'm pretty sure he's in the bubble. Yep, he's in the bubble. Sealed up by some sort of magics. And what kind, I cannot say. You probably won't let me... Oh, maybe. I can get up right close. He doesn't seem to be reacting at the moment. Get this all... Boop. I'm actually pretty close to being level 60. I might save those for another class. Anyway, Ishgard. Back to the broom. The Alexander raid is a fun quest. I'm guessing it's similar to the Binding Coils of Bahamut, though. In that it's meant to be done with a ton of people. And not really something you can solo in Heavensward. And it has story. We shall see then if I do it this turn or another. Professor, thank you for today. You always do what I ask of you. Keep a level head and get the job done. Sorry about the business with Hatchling. Shouldn't have been so hard on the boy. It's just I wanted to grow up proper, like my little brother should have. He was a raider too. Looked a fair bit like Hatchling, as it happens, but he's long gone. I bet everyone and their mother's got a sad story, eh? There should be a new job coming before long. I'll just drown my troubles till then. We get materia, gathering, perception, probably gathering, just cause. Inventory full. Should probably take care of that. It should be easier than an extreme. I hope so. Has a look of gratitude on his face. First things. Did I get anything for that? Yes. Titanium pickaxe. This is probably going to be like, oh, you need to wait until a certain time to mine this thing. Professor, you earned quite the reputation as the miracle miner, and you've carried Ocean's raiders to fame on your back. Hatchling, not trying to worm yourself a job from this fine night, are you? No, Captain, I just came at the same time, that's all. He wants a word. Allow me to congratulate you on the latest conquest of the hinterlands. Aaken's raiders are the lips of every noble. Moreover, your success has lent weight to the Count's message. Thank you, my lord, but you didn't come here just to pay us compliments, or do you have work? Ever the enterprising fellow, I see. Yes, I do have work. The Holy See has begun to speak of mining in earnest. You have been mentioned by name. Ah, we are working our way up in this world. There's one caveat, however. House Vertom cannot promise you any soldiers or workers. You must needs go to the hinterlands unaided, as per the terms of our previous arrangement. Suits me just fine, sir. Captain, why in the seven hells did you agree to that? Was it last time dangerous enough for you? Too dangerous, to be honest. But the better we make House Vertom look, the more we'll profit in the long run, even if it means taking jobs like this. Profit? Long run? Captain, they're just fobbing us off and using us in their games. The hell's with this? I've done my level best to raise them proper, and that's what I get for my trouble? Pig-headed arse. Can't find work if you explode just because you hear something you don't like. But I worry about him later. We got a job to do. We'll look into mining round Idleshire, a bit further back in the hinterlands than last time. Come quick as you can, Professor. As quick as I maybe drop some of this stuff off. Okay, I'm officially level 60 now. So that helps. But I've got a full inventory, so... Oof. As always... Alright, where's that darn bell? Not a whole lot to put away, is there? I can put the materia away. Ooh, I have one already. Okay, that helps. This thing. How do I get rid of these? There also should be an exchange in Ishgard for that collectible. Any idea where? I can put the map away for now. Since everything else I can shuffle around. Sweet fermented concoction that instantly restores GP. I never use these. I can just toss that. Let's see, retainer vocate. I'm assuming they say collect something. Dependent jeweler, sundries. Arms, weapons. Apothecary. Field crafts. Merchant and mender. Don't recognize y'all. Near the hunter board. I just remember certain shops occasionally say something like collectibles. I don't remember the exact phrasing. Market board. Materia melder. It's back by the broom. Ish. Forget the exact board location. I know it's sort of on the right here. Eustacia. Gatekeeper. A dude. Another dude. Maybe inside. Inside the room, maybe? Innkeep. Proprietor. Clan Centurio. Seal exchange. Merchant melder. If not there, definitely where in Idleshire, where the Tomes people are. Well, we're heading to Idleshire anyways. Okay, gobby gobs. Take me to your highest bidder. Can't fly. But I appreciate that I can at least travel a little faster. Okay, scrap splendors. Collectible appraiser. I'm assuming... Not you. Not you. You. 1,000 pardons, but I'm only permitted to deal with those who are registered with the house. Come again! Yeah, 5, 7. Who in the damn hells is the house? Whose house? Whose door I gotta bust? Yeah, it was it. But... registered with the house. Who the damn hell is the house? Sorry, Professor, job's off. Or in Mordona, monsters attacked us just as we were setting up. 2 raiders were badly wounded and Hatchlin's gone missing. The lad flew into a rage and gave chase to monsters. We have no idea where he went. We don't even know where to start searching. On top of it all off, it's just me and Muscles. 'Tis my brother all over again. I can't leave Hatchlin for dead. I just can't. I can't. Get a hold of yourself. Focus on finding someone to help us. Someone too? Right, venturers and treasure hunters live around here. Maybe one of them saw Hatchlin. What was her midnight do? Aye, that's the leader. You learn what she knows. Me and Muscles will see what we can find on our own. And maybe consider getting the kid a leash. I'll stop treating him like a toddler when he proves he can grow out of it. One of Haemrick's men has gone missing. That's terrible. Of course I'll help. As a matter of fact, the scout saw a lad legging it towards the ruling quarter, not a bell passed. But ever since the last venturer went in and never came back, we keep away from the place. We haven't even got a good sense of what's there. Only one who passes through there is the gobby merchant. He may be able to help, but I don't know that he will. See, he's a greedy little bugger, and he's hardly spoke a word until he got paid. Last time I tried to deal, he demanded adamantite ore. Can't give you a myth, I say. And the bastard tells me to mine it myself, and as is law. Wherever or whatever that is. To be honest, I reckon he just won't treat me with. I reckon we could be more helpful. Here, let me ask about a bit. See if I can't find something else he wants. Me only save life if me gets paid, he says. Sick is the quest you couldn't get because you weren't level 60. I see. Mine adamantite, as is law. Okay. That's elsewhere. Isn't Azazla the one in the sky? I have no idea where it's gonna actually there. Oh my god. Or should I say oh my gob? The whole truth. Okay. Liver chunks of adamantite ore. Those are unspoiled at 12 a.m. or p.m. And it's 8 a in-game time. So I'd have to sit for a hot second. So instead go to Morduna. Whoosh. So many directions. Okay, 60 quest. 60 quest. Thornton's Reign, Labor of Love, Treasured Mother. Go west, Craftsman. Oops. Is this the house of which you speak? Reassure you that the rumors you've heard are true. Mayhap you've heard that Rowena's House of Splendors is expanding its operations. I'm proud to say the rumors are true. We've established a presence in Idleshire, far to the west in the Dervanian hinterlands. Should you find yourself passing through, it may be prudent to introduce yourself to our representatives. Present this letter to them and they will know you're one of our suppliers. Yay, we can now potentially deal with the house, TM. This game pulls me in every direction, I swear. Begging your pardons, but I haven't got the time to chat right now. We'll make some. One of my little sister's suppliers, eh? Well, now that's different. Oh, your siblings? Pleased to make your acquaintance. As you can see, the house has come to Idleshire, but only gotten started. It's our hope that with the help of hard-working folk like yourself, it won't be long before we're the center of trade in these parts. And we'll do it by becoming a premier source of collectibles. Bring us wherever you've got, and we'll pay you a fair value in scripts. May this be the beginning of a long and prosperous relationship. You can now trade collectibles for Rowena's House of Splendors in Idleshire. You may also exchange scripts for items, usually by disciples of land or hand by speaking with the nearby representative. Arms wide open. Is concerned for the pecuniary fortunes of a friend. Well, if it ain't our one and most reliable collectors, I haven't even given you anything yet. Got anything good for us today? Actually, hold that thought. Just remembered that I've got something good for you for a change. A favor to ask. You would happen to know a girl by the name of Zoe Alipo, would you? Is she related to Chloe? Sweet little thing, born into poverty, she worked her tail off for my sister until she paid off every last skill in her family's debts. Recently, she struck out on her own, rented out a corner of the hard place to run around shop. Girl's got a nose for coin that matches any in the realm, but she can also be a bit scatterbrained, which is what's keeping us up at night. We'd like nothing more than to stick by her side till she gets new operations off the ground, but needless to say, we got plenty of our own plates. That's where you come in, so what do you say? Do you think you could play Zoe a visit and see if that girl's making ends meet? Make a whole lot to throw one at me. Okay, first let's get rid of this. Do you only accept certain ones? Assuming it's in the mining section. Hello? So, does stuff not sell on certain days? Dated rods at home. Coin. Miscellany. What do I even get for this? What is this? What is this currency? Oh, tell me. Sorcerer's fish. Fish, 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 fish. Collectability scripts. And the scripts do what? You can see what you get next to them, yeah. But I can only turn this in on certain days. I'm guessing. And then script exchange. Here you may exchange crafters and gatherers scripts for sundry local treasures and imported conveniences. No matter your trade, all you need and more is within your grasp here at the Unified Script Exchange. Music and furnishings. Materials and bait. Oh, this is totally gonna be for future quests. Oops. Baits and tokens. That's totally gonna be for future crafting. I can turn it every day, but I didn't see it as able to be turned in. I have so much to learn. I'm sorry. I'm sure my playthroughs might be a tad frustrating. As I go about learning how to video game. Okay, is Kitty Cat Girl here? Assuming she's gonna be a Kitty Cat Girl. Yeah, she is. Oh, maybe I need like a certain amount of them. Why yes, I'm Zoe Alipo. Did you know I'm famous? That's so exciting, but also somewhat terrifying. But most certainly exciting. Oh, but pray tell, who might you be? Mistress Gimlona sent you to look after me. Wow, how sweet of her to ask. And you to come, of course. Speaking of sweets, have you tried Artkirga's pineapple pudding? It's so smooth and sensuous, and oh, but where was I? Of course, I'm doing quite well. Thank you for asking. Pineapple pudding sounds good, actually. With a loan I took out from Mistress Rowena, I rented out a room here at the cellars of the Hard Place. Can you guess what I'm using it for? Actually, let me just tell you. I'm running an orphanage. I call it Menfina's Arms, because it's like she's holding the orphans and keeping them safe. In her arms. Get it? I'm still new to this, but I've already learned so much. For one thing, running an orphanage is really expensive, so I had to skimp on a few luxuries, food, clothing, and the like. Why, the last thing I ate was Artkirga's pineapple pudding, and I had to make a single bowl last the week. It was a rather large bowl, mind you, but still. But this isn't about me, it's about the children, and everything I could be doing for them if only I had more gil in my coffers. Don't worry, though. Zloey has a plan. What sort of plan, you ask? You're looking at it. I've started my trading business right here in this little corner of the Hard Place. I acquire rare treasures and relics from the realm over and sell them to wealthy collectors for princely sums. Oh, if only I could marry a prince, all my worries would be... Wait, what were we talking about? What's in my supplies, you ask? I was just getting to that. Seeing as how I'm on such good terms with Mistress Rowena, you see, I was thinking I could pay them back in scripts they could spend at the House of Splendors. I haven't actually asked her yet, but of course I'm sure she'll say yes. Did I mention that we're really, really good friends? You know a thing about crafting, too? I knew this was Loey's lucky day. Almost as lucky as the day that nice old man paid 10 times what that stone was worth, a whole 100 gil, just because I reminded him of his granddaughter. Anyway, what do you say? You can be Loey's #1 procurement specialist. You'll do it, won't you, for the children? I feel like I'm maybe getting guilted. Oh, you're the best, the absolute best. I knew the moment I saw your face. With you on my side, as Loey's House of Almost Splendors, I'm still working on the name, we'll be turning a profit in no time, and Menfina's Arms will spread wide to hold every poor orphan in a loving embrace. Anyhow, let's make this official. When was it? Zloey is oh so looking forward to doing business with you. Did I say that for every collectible you bring to me, I'll pay you in scripts redeemable at Rowena's House of Splendors? I did? Good. Because that's exactly what I'll be doing. Provided Rowena approves, of course, which she will, I promise. That's how Rowena pays her hardworking employees, after all. No gil, just scripts. Why, I can still remember her counting them out. 1 script, 2 scripts, red scripts, blue scripts. Don't Dr. Seuss me. She'll be positively thrilled that Zloey's following her footsteps. I just know it. I see the sparkle of curiosity in your eye. But Zloey, you ask, without any guilt to your name, how did you purchase food, drink, and other basic essentials of daily life? You weren't wondering that. Well, Zoe will tell you anyway. At Rowena's House of Splendors, you can purchase an enormous flagon of pineapple juice for the low, low price of only 130 scripts. And who needs food when you have pineapple juice? Not Zloey, that's for sure. Oh, pineapples. That sounds like expensive-ass pineapple juice. If I get 8 scripts for ancient artifacts and you're getting pineapple juice for 100, you're getting ripped off. You need to gather collectibles to turn in for the purple gathering scripts. I might not have had enough coins. That might have been the problem too. But where were we? Oh, you're probably wondering exactly what sort of treasures I'm looking for. Well, I'd be happy to explain. Zoe has her eyes set on exotic treasures of Near Eastern make and design. A little bird told Zoe that Near Eastern culture is all the rage among the Ishgardian nobility these days, and who is Zoe to disappoint such potentially generous customers? I'm counting on you, friend, and remember, so are the children. And just so you know, you can totally cut off a pineapple head and stick it in the dirt and have it turn back into a new pineapple. Custom deliveries unlocked. You can grow pineapples. They're an indoor plant. Put the decapitated head in the dirt. You'll get more pineapples. Girl. That's so expensive. Here to do Menfina's work, I take it. Let's see how many smiles we can find on the children's faces today. Make it delivery. 6 remaining. Learn about custom deliveries. Satisfaction level. Holy crap. Delivery requirements and rewards. Procuring collectibles. Acquiring materials. Increasing the value of crafted collectibles. Increasing the value of gathered collectibles. Increasing the value of fish. Does Bren's brain have the room left today for this? The items sought by Zoe fall into 3 categories. Crafted items obtainable by Disciples of Hand. Gathered items obtainable by Disciples of Land. And fish. Furthermore, Zoe deals only in collectibles. In order to deliver an item, you must be corresponding class level 55 or above. If you're level 99 or below, you will be awarded experience points instead of the 100 script rewards. Information on how to find individual items may be found in the following manner. For Disciple of Hand items, choosing the Search for Item by Crafting Method subcommand, with the list selected will bring up the crafting log and the relevant recipes. Materials necessary to craft these items may be purchased from the material suppliers and Idleshire Free Walks round spot. Well, remember that. For the Disciple of Land items, choosing Search by Item Gathering Method subcommand will bring up the gathering log and the recipes in question. For Knowledge on Fish, choosing Display Location subcommand will bring up the map and relevant fishing hole. I'll just use the wiki. Furthermore, you may discover that using a metal spinner as a lure will expedite your fishing endeavors. I've got one already. The higher an item's collectability, the greater the reward you will earn from Zoe upon successful delivery. To learn more about the collectibles and how to increase collectability, speak with Zoe Alipo to select Learn Custom Deliveries. I feel like an infomercial. Near Eastern Antique. Here's a Razadon coin. The Narvian Leaf. Okay, so I can hand it over like this. Hand it over. This is a form of ancient currency once minted at Razadhan, said to be a remnant of ancient trade routes long since abandoned. It's sure to strike the fancy of any connoisseur of Near Eastern history. Now let's take a closer look. Oh, Bren, it's absolutely stunning. So stunning that it's a shame I have to sell it. But I will make the ultimate sacrifice. For the children. I need to get you some veggie pots, honey. In making your first successful delivery, you have begun to earn Zoe's trust. With each successful delivery, Zoe will grow more and more satisfied with your efforts. Fill the gauge completely and Zoe's satisfaction level will increase, giving you the opportunity to learn more about your business partner. You can make up to 6 deliveries in a given week. Deliver the items Zoe needs and deliver them often to win the trust and praise of your new business partner. So can it go down? I'm curious if her affinity can go down. Okay. So potentially another one of these. Making a Near Eastern antique through something, and I'm guessing probably botany for that. Okay. I'm stuck in the chair. But that's still one more thing out of my inventory. Right. As is... Damn it! I missed it. I missed the window. It's 1. It only appears at 12. Ah! Who's next on my ass-beating list? Thorn March. See if I can do it. I'll see if I can actually talk to the Mughals. Alright, Extreme. Kupo. No idea what this one needs, but we're gonna give it a shot. I know you summon. Yeah! Did they hurt me yet? Yep, they sure do. Be in that. Bow. Ooh, you summon Meteor now, do you? I can't tell what's causing the ring to increase. Could be Pico doing something too. Green one's a healer. Okay. I was just trying to stay out of the circle for the moment. Seems early, but I feel like if that hits, it's gonna be bad for me, so... Wait. Is it? I thought there was gonna be a round 2. Yeah, I'm surprised too, buddy. Way to go. Okay, this happened with Garuda as well, but the first time I do it, I can do it in like 2.5 minutes, and then the second time takes like 5 to 7 minutes. Maybe I get a... now I get the Kingly Whisker. I was wondering where to get that for crafting. What else do I get? Something else. I didn't see what the second thing was. Anyway. It takes me longer to do it the second time, because I tried to get some of the mounts from Garuda. So I don't know if maybe the second time you do it, it makes it harder. Okay, Ishgard into the mists. Leader of our reconnaissance mission. I don't think that's what I'm looking for. 3. Fear and Shroud. Ultimate Ballad. I don't see Kupo in that one. Care Story Never Told. Ultimate Ballad. Sacking the Foe. Piece of Land. The Rookery. That seems to be just basic. Might not have had one. Oh, okay. Anyway, let's go to... Brain got stuck loading for a second. Was it the Voth or Vanu Vanu that I was next up with? Voth. They are in... here. I know, there's subquests everywhere. Bit by bit. An acquired taste.
Well met, Master. Look how the Adventures Guild has grown. Our roster is filled with eager Voth, and our clients demand much more of us. Your contribution has been most welcome indeed. Though we no longer suffer from hunger, our safety is not yet guaranteed. The muskets we have stolen from the Nath have become unreliable. They rust and break easily. What kind of adventurer fights with such poor weapons? Our hive is young. We lack the proper metalworks to forge better muskets. The Voth with such a purpose have been hard at work securing proper resources, but it'll take a long time. Too long. In the meantime, we must make do in other ways. I thought to ask Genelot, but he admitted he's not well versed in musket making. He spoke of the goblins. They said they knew a great deal about metalworks, but he said they are now constant travelers with no true home. It is difficult to discern when they will pass through the Forelands.
Ifrit and Titan are unlocked at Waking Sand and unlocked in order after Garuda. There's Titan and then Ifrit. Okay.
Idleshire. A goblin settlement in the hinterlands. How fortunate that you would know of such a place. Master, surely you could introduce me. What an excitement I feel, knowing I can travel on another journey. I am itching at the chance. I will prepare right now. Polish my musket. Clean my mandibles. Meet me at the border in the west, guarded by the stone door beyond the domain of the dragons.
You know what? I'm just gonna eat it. Okay, that is over there. Do I need the experience? No. Do I need the inventory? Yes. Sometimes good soup is just good soup. I can always go back to Waking Sands too. I know he had one for Shiva last time, I think. I just want to get these unlocked because then I can do more daily grind. Pretty sure Genshin started its New Year's event too. So I might get to that pretty soon. Even if I don't do MSQ just yet, since that's going to be timed.
Gentelot said the goblins are not like man. Could they be linked to dragons, I wonder? With gnashing teeth and...
I don't know. I've never seen one without a mask.
Master, they come.
Do they? Are you certain?
Their voices were toneless but alluring. They repeated their message over and over. Halt your travels. Why did they try to interfere? It frustrates me, but I will not let them win. I will keep on to the hinterlands.
Okay, continue through here. I guess they're connected. Odin doesn't have an extreme. Isn't he technically an extreme by himself? Just because he's a little different. Shiva's also in the Waking Sands. I think after that you've done all the trials for Realm Reborn. I kind of forget that Shiva's a Realm Reborn. Since so much Shiva story is in Heavensward. Okay, you're something else. I was just killing the monsters because they were right there. Don't need those, don't need that. No, he's dead.
Master, allow me to explain. He came out of nowhere and attacked with a knife. I had no choice but to shoot. He's not what I know, is he? Illuminati. He was not from the goblin settlement we seek. Somehow I am relieved. His savageness reminded me of the One Mind. I was worried all goblins were like him. I was taken aback by his face. It was so... No, never mind. Perhaps it's best not to say.
Could you even see it? Okay, he's gonna be in Idleshire while I'm here. Still doesn't do good to shoot first. Okay, anything else I got just open? Kinda, but also I'm a bit on a mission. I got things to do today. I haven't really been able to stream proper in like 2 weeks. I only got to the one stream last week. It was also super duper stormy that week though too. Even if I tried to stream, power kept flickering. Sure, behind you, Uplander, massive crawly bug armed with deadly weapon! Dude, you two need to, like, reconcile. Sure, not crawly bug, but walkie bug? Seems gobby metalworkings? Happy to oblige we are, but slow fix is not the gobby with whom Uplanders should trade tug flaps. Seek dry docks.
Dry docks? What purpose does one have with a name like that?
There's even more quest with that. Quest everywhere. Now brewery makes nasty streachings, but their leaves have scent like tasty fresh foods. Minty, maybe? Bisha, 4, 5, yes, 6 for leaves. Thank you, Uplander. Gobby fluck. Pack gobby mass with herbs. Keeps nose free of bad smells of bogs and mires. Loud jocks can make many bundles and double jingly shine. Yep, it is like mint or eucalyptus. Would Uplander like to smell too? No, but an Uplander will want a quest prize. No jocks is gobby of her word. Here's jingly shine for your service. And I immediately just put more stuff in the box. But my... Yeah, it is. I'm assuming you mean in real life. Oh, yeah, try being on the ground with it. Why do you think I've been at work so much? I can't say specifics, but that is a big part of it. of why I haven't been available. Because other people in real life need me. Push, Uplander needs hand lending. Drydox never tires of giving out busy tasks. A Walkie Bug! It has been many years since Drydox saw your kind.
I call myself Bath Deathdarm. I'm an adventurer just like Master. You have my Walkie Bug? You've met Walkie Bugs like me before?
Before founding Free Nation in Idleshire, Gobby flock traveled far and wide. When Drydox was small, Gobby, Walkie Bugs wielded boomsticks attached to our tent ring.
I see. It must have been the one mind who attacked you. But I mean you no harm. I have come to befriend the goblins. But I did not expect you to be such strange-looking creatures.
Pshaw, did Drydox's ear catch Walkie Bug right? Cannot tell skull from city parts, and says Gobby flock looks strange. Cannot tell head from ass.
My apologies. I did not mean to be rude. Slowfix tells me you can make muskets. Very good muskets. Muskets are what I seek, like this one.
Walkie Bug wants boomstick like this one. Even baby Gobby with blendy fold can craft better boomstick. For Jingly Shine, Drydox will crafty build best boomstick. Give word bond.
Jingly Shine? I don't know what that is.
It's money, my dude.
So I do not have any. I came to offer my services in exchange for boomsticks.
No Jingly Shine. So Walkie Bug wants boomstick as quest prize. Very well. Collector's quarters filled with debris. If Deathdarm want boomsticks, Deathdarm must go and clear away.
I decline. Clearing away rocks is no duty for an adventurer. Adventurers fight monsters, procure items of great worth.
Excuse you, I literally just got back from that quest. I've had far worse requests than this, you know. Go pick the damn rocks.
Is adventuring not supposed to be glorious? I thought it was supposed to be glorious.
No, my dude, there is a ton of middle work in between. Same goes for a regular job.
But you're right, Master. I'm fortunate to have been given the task to perform. Clearing rocks is a worthwhile duty.
Even my job, it's like 20% patience, 80% paperwork. Uplander, can Drydox trust you with check work? Make certain that Walkie Bug clears Collector's Quarter with fastness. Illuminati steal Drydock's precious sacks, and Drydock have Uplander steal them right back. Sounds personal. Anywho, let's head on back out. Yeah, I forget Estola is right here. In spite of its appearance, the mechanical monstrosity is a primal. It's causing no end of worry. No sooner do we put down one primal than another appears to take its place. I'm beginning to see a pattern. Well, you do have a lot of crystals to summon them with. And a lot of people in disarray to make them make said choice. That's not why primals are summoned, and instead the conditions in which force people to summon a primal to begin with. Going in the right spot? No? Heading towards the wrong damn quest. I was going towards another one that said it was close, thinking it was the correct one. It was not. Wee. But yeah, sorry. Long week. Helping people comes first.
If Master has done simple tasks like this on their own, I can do it, too. Oh, it's no use. Won't budge. And my arms are tired. Perhaps a snack will rejuvenate me.
Pshaw, Drydox grows impatient and comes to check work. What is this stinky sweet smell? It makes Drydock's belly do whirly turns. Good kind or bad kind?
These are Nanka eggs. Succulent and juicy they are. Would you like one?
Yes, yes, but first, Drydox must remove mask. No sneaky peekers. Oh, so there's something under there. It's either really good or really bad. Sure, tasty fresh, like party in mouth with all gobby flock invited. More stink eggs, more stink eggs.
Perhaps we can alter the deal. You craft boomsticks and metalworks for the Voth, and I shall bring you more Nonk eggs. Mountains of Nonk eggs.
It's the pickle thing from Final Fantasy IX all over again. Dude got a thing for them stinky fermented foods.
What a relief that the goblins enjoy the same tastes as we. Let's return to the storyteller right away. Make the final arrangements.
Which might be me in the coming summers. I don't know if I can eat certain vegetables still, but I might be able to pickle them. Basement is going to smell like vinegar. I do know I like, obviously, regular dill pickles and sweet pickles and stuff, but I've also had pickled carrots before and they were pretty good. Sauerkraut's pretty good, though I haven't had it since the incident. I've had pickles, like just regular pickles. I seem to be able to eat pickles. Where is... It's behind me. But if I can't have cucumbers, I might have to turn them into pickles. The Deaf Dharm is not here. Did you not see him on the main road? This bodes ill. He acts strange lately. We worry he may have strayed to head the whispers of the One Mind. Heed. Be wary of Deaf Dharm, Hunter. Our connection to the One Mind has been sundered, but all Vath have been lingering link to the One Mind. Some have stronger link than others. You must have seen a struggle with the whispers as we have. The One Mind's thoughts against his. It's like 100 voices humming in unison. He is overwhelmed and cannot act. To be truly freed from the threat of the One Mind, his sense of self must be powerful. Powerful enough to overcome their whispers. If he doubts his purpose, the link may grow stronger. He'll forget himself and return to Lost Osna. But we cannot let that happen. He is our brother. He is Voth. The One Mind must be beckoning him towards the hive. He cannot have gone far. Great Hunter, you bring him back to his senses. Although this means, too, that the Nath don't fully brainwash the same way that the other primals do. They have the whole One Mind linked thing, but the fact that these guys can break free compared to everybody else who gets tempered by a primal tells me that their primal isn't really tempering them the same way. My dude, with chat mode say, use your keyboard or software keyboard to enter Deaf Dharm to call out to your pupil.
Deaf Dharm? Yes, that is who I am. The Voth Death Dharm. I'm an adventurer. What am I doing so far from the colony? I shall hurry back at once.
This does not bode well. It's like an SMT order ending? What do you mean? I've been able to eat more things, though, so that's good. I can have caffeine again. I've been able to eat dairy again. I've been able to eat caffeine again. Can't eat onions yet. I can have very tiny amounts if they are powdered onion powder, but even then, not very much.
I spoke with the storyteller. He explained what is happening to me, about why I lose my way, about why I struggle to fight the One Mind. I'm sorry for staying silent, Master. I thought I could overcome this on my own. I thought if I decided my purpose, the voices of One Mind would vanish. Instead, they've grown louder. Oh, my mind. It's full of questions. Heavy questions. I fear many things, but I fear losing myself the most. I know. Perhaps the One Mind still calls me because my purpose is not as strong enough. I must do whatever it takes to become a capable adventurer. Accept more tasks on my own, reap more rewards, then the One Mind will whisper no longer.
Because of the storms we had, the pressure was basically so bad in my head that it was like, you know what, I'm gonna risk being sick if it means I get rid of this damn migraine that I've had for 3 days. And so I had the caffeine and I was able to have it. Whereas before I couldn't, so yay! Sometimes you really get to a point where you're like, I can't deal with this anymore, I'm gonna trade one symptom for another. The goblins of Idleshire are now clients of the Adventurers Guild. But I had green beans steamed recently, and unfortunately, my body didn't approve, so... Some things may have to be canned or pickled in order to be eaten. I've had canned green beans. I can eat those. I can't have them fresh, though. So... stomach is still sensitive. So I'll have to either can them or ferment them. You've achieved respected reputation with the Voth. New Voth Society daily quests are now available from the Voth Kenai. You'll receive an experience point bonus for completing a daily quest. For the more additional quests, no quest remaining, blah blah blah. Cool. Master, I saw it. Drydox's true face. When we were snacking on the Nunca eggs, I took a sneaky peek. It is much more endearing than the mask. Very much so. Really? Are they cute?
But it makes me a little sad. If I lose myself to the One Mind, will I forget her too? I do not think too many sad thoughts. Yes, too sad.
SMT games have to have 3 different ending paths. Laws, chaos, and neutral. Oh. That's what you meant. Haven't completed many, but I've completed a couple. Obviously, Persona 3, not Digital Devil Saga, what was the other one? The DS one. Shoot. Devil Summoner. Beat Devil Summoner. Been a long time. That was on the DS version too, which is locked into hard mode. Azisla. Ooh, we can go to Azisla. Where is it? Oh my gosh, where is it? Azisla. And where? How? We hurry. Hurry, 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 hurry. Beta Quadrant. Where's the Beta Quadrant? 23.5. No, up. It seems so far away. We're going. We're going. $11. 23. 20, 21, 22, 23. Up here? It must be here-ish. Okay, then it appears at 12. Which should be just a few more minutes or two. 5.8. I don't know exactly where 5.8 is. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's no longer at 23, that's further over. Okay, this way-ish. It's here. I hear somebody else's wing flaps. Is that a... Yep! Somebody else is gonna be here for it. I bet. 23.2. It's probably gonna be right there. Alright. Now we sit for a second. Because it should appear shortly. Yeah, I still need to get to some Shin Megami Tensei games. I feel like everybody's pressuring me to play 5 recently, IRL, but I just don't know when I'd find time for that. I'm so far behind on everything else. I do own it. I have Royal. I have both regular and Royal. Think I've gotten to him? No. Alright, 1150. I'm assuming by mining times they mean Eorzean time and not standard time. Six, 7, 8, 9. Alright. I should be here. I should. Oh, there it is. Whee! Yep, this person is doing the same thing as me. There it is, adamantite ore. Okay, how much? 90. Oh, I need to actually do it individually, apparently. Am I mining it? Insufficient inventory space. Oh my god, Bren! Bren, are you kidding? Just chuck it. Just chuck it. I don't need the holidays. I need this. Alright. Do we got it? We got it. Most of the time it should be Eorzean time. Good. We got it away to the Idleshire. Yeah, so much of Heavensward crafting, it seems like, needs stuff that is timed like that, which is going to be prove really difficult for me. Pusha, Uplander wants help, then Uplander give present of adamantite ore from Oz's Law. I read of adamantite in book, but think it just Uplander imaginings. Thank you, friend. You are good Gabi, friend. I will help missing Uplander. When I am passing through ruling quarter, I hear sound of feet. Seeing man hold sword. I will guide you and your friends there. Right, we gotta rescue the kid. Totally. I totally remembered the whole time, sure. If we take this to the grave. That goblin was singing your praises, Professor. Said you gave him some legendary ore. I'm not rightly sure what you did, but thank you. He told us he saw Hatchlin running about the ruling quarter. Best of all, he'll guide us there. Sounds like a perilous place, but we're bound to follow. Well, me and Muscles are. We'll clear out any monsters, so you follow after us if you choose to. Okay, ruling quarter. It's gonna be off there. Gonna have to just wing it. Yeah, because obviously the adamantite ore is rare. Gonna hang on to that. Some of these I don't need as much and they're easier to obtain, so I might just ditch them for a while and re-obtain them when I need them. But stuff that only appears in timed sections like that, yeah. That's gonna be to hold on to. Yeah, the main issue I have with so much of the gathering stuff is, one, I have a hard time remembering times. I'm gonna have to make myself sticky notes. And two, I'm just not always on at available times for when the clock rotates. Depending on what it is I'm presently doing. mixed with forgetting, you know? So these might be things I obtain once or twice and bite the bullet and just buy off the market board. We'll see. Maker's Quarter. It says here-ish, but... Ah, there you are. Wishaw, Uplander. Good copy, friend. Adamantite more precious than jingly shine. Gives great happiness. Where is he? Behind you. No, maybe not. That's Hamlick. Never mind. Can't see. I'm dumb. Professor, lend us your eyes. Do you see hatchling? Captain. Hatchling, can you hear me? Keep watch. You know, I can go down and get him. At least he's alive. Neck don't seem to be broken. Captain, last I remember I was fallen, and why'd you come after me? You really need to tell me why, Raider? I'm sorry, Captain. I never should have run off like that. If only I'd listened. Aye, we've a black mark on our record thanks to you, and you'll pay for it. But that can wait till you've healed. Don't be dumb, butt, and run off on your own. Gods above, the professor did all that for me. Wishaw, Uplander gives me desires of my heart. What I am longingly searching for. For adamantite, I would do it again. Yes, yes, even with risk of painful falling. It's a good thing you got off with only painful falling, Hatchling. If the professor hadn't dug up that ore, we might not have found you alive. If the goblin hadn't bartered lives for rocks, we might have also found you alive. Professor, thank you. I'm sorry for everything I put you through. I think I owe you a tale about my brother, Gebhard. He joined my raiders around the same age as you, and he was every bit as cocky. Wouldn't back down from a fight nor take an order. But he was my blood. I did my best to rein him in, but it wasn't enough. And one day he went too far. He was just up in the Western Highlands. His temper cost one of our raiders his life, and put the rest in mortal danger. But off he ran all the same. So I left him. I had to. He died, alone, and it broke my heart as a brother. But I'd do it again. It was the right decision, as the captain. I'm glad we could save you, Hatchlin. Life, it don't give many chances like this. Well, that's enough of that. Muscles help the lad up. Let's follow our merchant friend out of here. Professor, I have one last task for you. Could you drop this off with Midnight Dew? Wouldn't sit well for me to leave her unrewarded for her help. And now we get to drag you all the way back. Alright, Idleshire, here we go. I forget if that was the last one or the second to last one for this. But now that I have better gear that translates to both classes, I might be able to start working on leveling Botanist. What happened to the missing lad? The only thing between you and the copious amount of gold coins, chalices, and candelabras in this weighty poke is a nigh on indecipherable knot. Thank the 12 who found him. I appreciate this loot as well. The captain knows me too well. We go back a ways, and I know he'd have taken it hard if he lost a raider. Can't say I knew he had a brother, though. More than a few folks go missing in the Western Highlands. What did you say his name was again? Gebhard. I knew him. He was here. Called himself a failed sellsword. He was dragging himself up the road when the Gobbies found him. They nursed him back to health, and he served Idleshire loyally in exchange for their kindness. Maybe is he still alive? He taught the Gobbies how to defend themselves. He died... Never mind. Fending off enemy advances in the settlement, and they gave him a hero burial for it. Tell Heimrich, would you? He deserves to know. Well, I guess I get to tell him he died. It's just not the way he thought. Well, this is an awkward conversation. How many scripts did I get? No idea. Does it say in here? Purple Crafter's script. 140 of Gather's scripts. Alright, Heimrich. I've got good news and bad news. What? Gahard lived? But I left him. For years he's haunted me. Who he could have been if only he'd been harder on him. But now that I know he didn't die a failure, I can lay his memory to rest. Thank you, Professor, for this and for Hatchlin. You really are something, you know. A man starts to think of becoming a miner when he sees all the good you've done with your pickaxe. Just between us, I think it's time for Hatchlin to leave the nest. Keeping him here only clips his wings in the long run. I'll miss him, but he's happier as a venturer. Lads and I can't stay here forever neither. The world is wide and sellswords are needed everywhere. We'll be the most famous company in all Eorzea, just you wait and see. But no matter where we go, we'll never forget you, Professor. The miner of Aachen Raiders. Okay. No, I have. Event cancelled. You're unable to carry any more items. Yes, I am. I have a slot right there. Maybe I can't. Maybe it's trying to give me like all three? Ugh. Game, please. I beggeth thee. Seriously. Steel hinge, I don't need that. Cobalt joint plate, we don't need that either. These were more for when I was crafting just to get stuff done and out of the way. I could buy a piece of gear. This concludes the minor quest for Final Fantasy XIV Heavensward. Yay, it's done! In order to undertake the next series of quests, you must first meet the following requirements. You must complete the main scenario quest, blah blah. Just like that, we level 61. And our gear is slightly better. Though for some of it, I'll get that in Botany quest another time. For now, there's one last thing I'd like to get to, hopefully if I have the time for it, which is, I'm assuming Dravania? Where were you originally? Macomb. From the script exchange. Let's see. Anything here for quests? I don't see any sort of beast tribe for Moogles thing here. Normally when they have stuff, there is a special marker for them. I think the quest starts at Ishgard? Oh. I can head back to Ishgard in a sec. This is just green, sort of like right there. Near the manor. Ishgard near the manor. Thanks for helping me out with some of these, by the way. This game sends me in every which way, so I know I'd be an uncoordinated mess otherwise. Eventually I'd probably find stuff because I plan to tick every box, but still. out. The Rookery. As the Mughals tell it, this place is known as the Rookery. It was once built on a skyport where wayfarers came and went on the backs of tailed wyverns. These days, the buildings remain, but only dragons in sight of the vicious minions of Nidhogg. Another dragoon! So this is the Churning Mist. It is the first time I've set foot in the Horde's strongholds. For the safety of the Holy See, we must needs ascertain the movements of the Horde, now that Nidhogg no longer guides them. Nonetheless, this place fills me with a sense of unease. It's as if someone or something is watching us. Ah, 'tis best not to pay nervous fancies any mind. Friend, we shall begin our mission shortly. May it end without incident. Kinda forgot about you two. It's been so long. You know, we're just gonna leave that there. We're gonna leave that right there. Because I am running out of time. So we gotta Kurthus, Ishgard. The one light on my PC is absolutely freaking the fuck out. It is like flashing and going every rave color. It's not supposed to be doing that. Lights. Can I see from here? Home dashboard. Really shouldn't be messing with this while I'm streaming, but whatevs. Is the cooling array looking okay? Yeah, RAMs looks fine. It's just the... One of my RGB ports has gone loco. Lighting channel, temperatures. I've noticed sometimes they flicker, and I think that's because I'm using Corsair lights and IQ, and sometimes they just like freak out. The way that they are connected to the motherboard, the amount of power supply they get. I've heard a lot of people are starting to have this issue with the new IQ software. And the fix is to just use some other cooler like Noctua. Okay, there's that. Maybe Torsifers? But as a result, sometimes the lights in my case start to just absolutely lose their shit. There's a message from a mysterious stranger, Gods of Eld. I don't think that's it. Moogle Beast Tribe unlock. In order to unlock Moogle daily quests, players must have completed level 56 main scenario. He who would not be denied. I did that. How to unlock. Pebble for your thoughts. First, players must complete quest Mogello and Churning Mists after completing level 54 MSQ. It's highly advised to unlock Flight. Players must start the second chain by talking to Moglu in the Churning Mists. I don't remember if I've done those or not. The last chain starts at the Unflinching Temple Knight in Ishgard, the Pillars. Unflinching Temple Knight. And at the Pillars. Into the Mists. That's what it would be called. A gentleman falls rather than flies. That is not the right one. What's your sign? And Sky Pirates. Gods of Eld. It might not be available yet. I don't know. What's this one? What are you? Do it for Gilly. That's not it. It's at the Pillars. 15. 11. So there's stuff, I think, at the Churning Mists I would have to finish first, maybe. It's a gold quest? Either way, I'm not seeing it. Because that's not it. There must be some Moogle quests that I have left that I would need to do first. Demoglu and the Churning Mists. It has to be back at the Moogles. Because it's not here. None of them are. Bitter as the Night. I have to do this first. I have to do Bitter as the Night first. Otherwise, it won't unlock. It's a gold question. I don't know if I have time for that. That's a whole ass quest chain. And I don't have enough time for that. I thought if it was just like unlocking the first quest, I would have enough time for it. But as is, I'll mark it. I'll mark it down. No, I can't. I can't mark it down until I actually get it. I'll just keep a mental note of it then. Then I need to go back. Yeah, it's 8 quests. There's no way. Not in one stream. Next time. Can do it next time. It'd have to be something I could do in like 10-ish minutes, and me think that's not going to happen today. No, no. But we did get a lot accomplished. We got Paladin done. We got Miner done. That means I can start working on stuff for either armor or blacksmith. Which in turn means I can start crafting better things, get some of this crap out of my inventory. You know, ow. The huge. But for now, this is going to be where I am going to call it, since I have made significant progress. I've been streaming for 3.5 hours. That's a decent amount. And I can try and see if I can stream more later. Hopefully, I really want to be back to streaming again. But like I said, these past 2 weeks have just been a roller coaster for all kinds of reasons. So for now, this is where I'm going to call it, and probably go start making dinner for family. So thank you so much to everyone who has joined. Like and subscribe if you want to see more Final Fantasy XIV. And I hope to see you all in future streams. Bye-bye.